Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. Welcome, welcome. Let everybody get a chance to get up in here. Man, I've been putting in some video work, man. I've been putting in some video work. Good morning, SMD family. Good morning. My name is LJ Young, and I am a conscious 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see. What's up, Hyphy? Welcome. I help people financially see by exposing what I call glitches in the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody believes in worshiping the credit gods. They believe in financing everything under the sun. And how I help people get out of the debt matrix by exposing the glitches in the debt matrix. And glitches in the debt matrix are things that don't make mathematical sense, but yet people continue to keep doing them. Those are glitches in the debt matrix. Willie, good morning. Happy Sunday. Willie says, happy Sunday, LJ. You had some people inquiring about your channel on the Black Brain Trust channel last night. Nothing but feedback. Hey Willie, give me some more information about that. What is it called? Inquiring about your channel on the Black Brain Trust channel. Okay, I got to look that up. Never heard of it. Nothing but good feedback. Oh man, that is awesome. I got to check that out. Is that a popular channel? Black Brain Trust channel. I got to look that up. Wow. Okay. That is cool. Wow. That is awesome. All right. That's awesome. Quentin, good morning. Good morning. R. Carp, good morning. Raining Womban. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say it slow so I don't mess it up. Good morning. Just learned about you last night from Willie Littlejohn. Oh, Willie, much appreciated, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much. Now, is Willie, I think it's Willie a man or woman? I can't remember. I believe it's a woman because I think I messed up last time. But double check me there. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. The Black Brain Trust. I'll share the link. Please do. Here, let me throw up my email. 1 second here. There's my email. Send me that link because I would love to check out that channel. And Willie, thank you for mentioning me in that group. I always want to make sure I very much appreciate that. Okay, very much appreciate that. That means what I'm sharing is getting through to people, and I much appreciate it. Yes. Okay. Okay, Willie is okay. Great, because I remember running into that. Okay, I'm sure you've probably been running all your life, but anyway. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you, Raining Womban. And I'm just saying Raining, okay? Thank you for coming over to my channel. Much appreciated. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. And so if you're new to my channel today is called Q&A Sundays. Let me get this up here so I can start this off right away. Now, Q&A Sundays is all about you guys, okay? Now, this is where you can participate. There's the link. I'm going to be throwing in the link every now and then, every so often, so you guys have the link to jump in. You don't have to get on camera. You can turn your camera off. You don't have to get in there and be seen. Maybe today it's early in the morning. Maybe you don't want to be seen, okay? All right. Cosmic Wisdom, good morning. Oh, wow. Willie says others mentioned you as well, LJ. Man, that is, hey, you guys don't understand how awesome that is, man. Because as you can see how many videos I got, I've been putting in work. All right. I've been putting in work. Work. Okay. Trying to get this message out. NC Worker, good morning, everyone. Oh, okay. All right. The B is silent. You're good. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Woman. Wow. Okay. That's unique. That's very unique. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you for telling me that. You know, it's crazy. It's like when people reach out to me for consultations, they got to tell me their YouTube name, because once they email me, I know their real name, and then I have to put the two together. Oh, you're so and so, so and so. Okay, cool, cool. Cosmic Wisdom says they did mention you, Linnell. Nothing but good stuff. Thank you. Wow, is that a pretty big group? Because Cosmic Wisdom, you over there too, Cosmic Wisdom, the group they mentioned. Wow. Man, if you guys next time join, no, Hyphy's not in the room. We got a Discord server, a server that we all log in and join to, that we interact inside of this. Hyphy created a special group on a Discord server, so anybody that can join, we all interact when they have questions anytime, you know, but it just pops up in there and I can just jump in and say, oh yeah, let me answer that question real quick. So yes, Daniel Garter mentioned you. Okay, cool, man. Okay, I'll see him when he gets in here. Watch Cosmic Wisdom. Watched a replay of O'Shea's stream, and he mentioned you. O'Shea's, yeah, he's cool. O'Shea is a good dude, man. That is a good dude. That is good dude, man. Tony Davis says, peace and blessing, Linnell. Thank you, Tony. Much appreciated. Cosmic Wisdom says, I watch Brain Trust because I'm in IT and I watch O'Shea when he talks business finances. Gotcha. Okay, that's a new group to me. Brain Trust is good. All right. Now, again, this today is for you guys. So if you guys see me, not see me, well, you guys see me and hear me, but you guys hear me rambling, remember, you can interject anytime you want. Okay, this is for you. I put the title of this video, Slaves Cannot Hear. And I want to explain to you guys what that will help you, especially in this group. What's up, NC Briggs? Hyphy, there goes Hyphy right there. Okay, thank you, Hyphy, much appreciated. Check it out. All right. There's the link. I'm gonna keep throwing the link in there periodically there, so you guys can join anytime you wish. Let me know. Ask any personal finance question you wish. Okay. And I was thinking about something last night, and so the SMD family. You know how it is when you hear what I share, right? And you know it's just simple math, and you want to share with your loved ones, you want to share with your friends, but they just don't hear it, right? You gotta, and you start to get frustrated yourself. Like, oh my God, can't you just see this is just simple math? If you just do this math, you'll get it. And what I'm telling you is this: they can't hear you. Once you accept that they cannot hear you, you will not get angry anymore. Accept that they cannot hear you. And this is what I mean. Okay, this is the example what I mean. If you go up to a person with a mortgage and say, hey, you know you're not a homeowner if you have a mortgage, the majority of people will get mad at you for saying that, right? And the reason why they're getting mad at you because they can't hear you. What you're saying makes absolutely no sense to them. But you think you can prove this with mathematics, right? You could say, look at the math. This proves that you're not a homeowner. They still can't hear you. So stop getting angry at them or getting upset because you want to, even though you love them and want to help them out of the debt matrix, they can't hear you. That's why they're upset at you. So don't say things like that anymore, especially if you hear them speak debt normally. Don't even ask about the house. Don't even say anything. If they have a finance phone in their hand, don't say anything. They don't know that the price of cell phones be increasing up to $1,000 to $1,500. That's on purpose. Because if people in debt don't even have $500 to their name, you think they're ever going to ever finance a phone? They have been made to believe financing phones is normal now. Now, if you walk up to them and say, hey, did you pay cash for that phone? They're going to tell you no. Right there, you need to stop, because they don't know, how do they have a finance cell phone in their hand if they didn't pay cash for it? I mean, how do they have a brand new iPhone in their hand or Samsung in their hand if they didn't pay cash for it? They financed it, and they're telling you that they financed it by saying, no, I didn't pay cash for it. They can't hear what you're saying. If you thought financing a car was bad, can you imagine a cell phone? That's a whole, they cannot hear you. So don't get upset when they do things that make no financial sense. People, excuse me, people in the debt matrix don't understand every time they finance something, they finance the taxes too. Now walk through this with me, okay? They're walking on like when people finance cars, they're walking on a car lot to finance a car because what? They don't have the money for the car. Okay, that's why they're financing it. And if they don't have the money for the car, they don't have the money for the taxes. So they're financing the taxes too. So one tax they can see, the car plus tax. And since they don't have the money for the tax, guess what? They're financing the taxes too. They're getting taxed twice. Even if you told them to their face, they won't hear you. Don't believe me? Go test it. Go up to a friend that finances cars every single 3 years, 4 years, whatever, and think they're doing something and say, hey, you know, when you finance a car, you're financing the taxes too. They will look at you like you're crazy. Even though math can prove it to be true, they can't hear you. So don't get upset. Don't make yourself upset. Understand that the slave, they're enslaving themselves with invisible chains that they pay for themselves. These chains reach around the globe. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what state. It doesn't matter when you go on vacation. It doesn't matter if you're driving a new car, if they're in a new house, it doesn't matter. There's just a slave on vacation with invisible chains that they pay for. Don't get upset. Don't engage unless they come to you. Okay. Juan says they don't want to be unplugged. Juan, it's not even a want. They don't know. They can't hear you. They don't know. You can't unplug from something that you don't know you're plugged into. Now, again, the glitch in the debt matrix is the math. If the math doesn't make sense, the money doesn't make sense. CENTS. Math and money are one. The only thing that can separate math from money are feelings, how they feel about money and math. It doesn't make any sense. That's when the math gets thrown all off, when people interject their feelings of how they feel about it. Okay. What's up, A? Welcome. Raining says right, and it's true. It is very true. So you can't get upset. Don't, because this is what I did. I remember when I first got out of debt, it was like I felt like a person that just found religion. You know, people just found religion. Oh, Jesus. And then they go, hey, God, this, you need to repent and all this stuff. You know, they just overdo it because of what they discovered, right? It was the same with money. I did that with money. I was like, hey, mom, sis, cousins, check it out. I discovered how to be free. Just get out of debt. How you do it? Just use basic math, the math we learned in grade school. They just look at me with this glazed look on their eyes like, what are you talking about? And I would look back and say, what do you mean what I'm talking about? Look at this mathematics. The math says if you keep doing this, you'll never be rich. What are you talking about? Everybody finances cars. Everybody finances phones. Everybody. No, everybody in your group. See what I'm saying? BK from the Rocky says, when trying to help people about certain topics, you have to accept that you won't be able to reach everyone because they don't want to accept the truth, unfortunately. You know what? And you're right. And the truth is this, BK from the Rockies, they can't hear you. But remember, slaves are choosing to be slaves. How are they choosing to be slaves? They're choosing not to trust mathematics. We all learned this basic mathematical skill in grade school. Don't believe me? Come. This is another thing. I want you guys, those of you that follow the SMD family, everybody, welcome. Let me put my my website down for the free consultation. Now, free consultation, scrolling on the bottom, go to my website, book your own consultation. Make sure you specify your time zone. Much appreciated if you do. Okay. And if you're ready to share, this is all you got to share to share my channel. Just Google #SavingsMinusDebt. Just Google that. I will be the only one that populates in the search, the only one. And no, I didn't pay Google to do that. Okay. Say, hey man, check out this dude. Just Google hashtag savings plural minus debt. And I will be the only one to populate. Silent Rage says, try to warn people about the forever loans effect on SSI at work the other night. They owe $35,000 and I feel like they will never be able to pay it. Told them just to start, but they probably won't shake. They won't. No, they won't. Okay. Okay, Raining, I'm getting on here. Just a second. Let me plug in my headsets here. All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
It is a pleasure to be here. So I'm actually, first of all, I am Raining Woman. And
Raining Woman.
Yes, and I'm also a moderator and a huge supporter of the Black Brain Trust.
Okay.
So I will be sharing information with you later on, but right now I'm just going to kind of fall back and listen. And if I have anything to add or any questions, I will gladly share some.
Okay, great. Appreciate it. We're getting a little feedback. Do you have is it coming through your speakers or something? Oh, you got it on mute. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see here. Where's BK from the Rocket? Okay. Did I read with Silent Range? Okay, I did read that. Silent Range says, sad thing is they are married with 2 incomes. Oh, the people you're talking about weren't okay. And see, if they're caught up in the forever loan thing, because I was caught up in there. I didn't get out of debt till I was 40. Okay, I didn't wake up till I was 40, and I thought I was caught up in saying student loans are forever loans. I was a forever slave and didn't know that. Forever loans are only for the people. Once I heard forever loans are everybody has forever loans. Only people in my group have forever loans. Only people like me. Okay. Let's see. Randy Woman says, oh, good morning to you, love, at BK from the Rockies. So you guys anybody can jump in anytime they wish. You can even ask Reigning Woman a question from the group, the new group that I just learned. Today is about you guys. Here to answer anybody's questions of personal finance, anything. And then remember, if you're new to my channel, all my answers that I give to you will be justified with mathematics. So it doesn't let me give you an example. Sometimes when I add up a client's debt, okay, and they see that large negative number, it's unbelievable, and at that moment, this is what I say to them. Do you believe that number? Do you feel like you're that deep in the negative? That deep negative number, that's how much you're worth. Does it feel like you're worth? I know you got a house. I know you got a Lexus parked outside your house. Do you feel like you're broke? No, that's on purpose. That's how it's designed. It's designed to make you feel like you're not when you really are. The math, here's the glitch in the debt matrix. When you look at that large negative number, yes, including your mortgage, yes, including student loans, yes, including collections, yes, including all that, every penny counts. That's what you're worth today. Now, when you look at that number and you don't believe it because of the stuff you financed around you, that's the glitch. You look at all the stuff around you, and then you look at the large negative number. Now, here's the glitch. Are you going to believe the mathematics, or are you going to believe what you financed in your life? Which one? That's the glitch. That's the glitch in the debt matrix. Now, if you look at that large negative number, or if you don't want to see that large negative number, you live in the debt matrix. That's where you live. And let me tell you something. For those of you that are in debt, the system is doing you guys. I mean, let me put it this way. The system is feelingless, okay? The system has no feelings. It's not good, bad. It doesn't do anybody wrong. The financial system, the economy, doesn't do anybody wrong. There's 2 economies. the one that the majority can see, and the one that's invisible to the majority. Now, when I say invisible, no, it's not a secret. It's not hidden from anybody. It's not hidden from a certain race of people. It's not hidden from where you live. No, the one that's hidden over here, people believe in mathematics right here. Everybody that understands the invisible economy believe in mathematics. The people that cannot see it, they can't see. It's only invisible to people that don't believe in mathematics. They will never be able to see it if they don't believe in math, ever. It's mathematically impossible for them to see it. Okay. Again, you guys can jump on anytime. Don't wait for me. Now, Silent Range says, sad that they have two incomes. You know what? When I see couples with two incomes that are in debt, I just feel for them because I know how fast they can get out of debt if they got on the same page. They can get out of debt so fast. I have close friends that are in the same situation. I love my friends. We don't talk about what I do. They don't want to hear me. They don't want to hear that. My close friends that know I love them don't want to hear what I do for a business. They don't want to hear that. Oh man, I ain't trying to hear all that. Hey man, you know you ain't supposed to keep your student loans for 15 years. I ain't trying to hear all that. Okay, well, now when we talk on the phone, we don't talk about my business. We agreed to that. We don't talk about my business. Ain't that crazy? Juan says, it's easier to wake up when you are younger and haven't invested so long. Someone older has already invested everything, and to start over is possible, but it'll be a challenge. Yes, time is a factor, but let me tell you something, Juan. Don't get stuck up on age. Age has absolutely nothing. Math doesn't. Math is timeless. Math is timeless. It's timeless. Doesn't care. Math doesn't care if you know what 5 + 5 = 10 at age 7. 5 + 5 still going to equal 10 at age 60, 70, 80. It's all the same. All you got to do is believe in math, and you can be rich. You can be a millionaire. Just believe in mathematics. Will S says, look at the new news report. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Willie S. What's up, Snuggles? Will S says, good. Google student loan debt. 1.6 trillion. Oh yeah, I've been on that. That's like 45 million volunteer slaves. Everybody in that volunteered, including myself. I was a slave. I was a slave to student loan debt for like 10 years. 10 years. I went to school for, listen closely how I say it so you can understand, so you can get it, how I was a slave. I go to college for 4 years, but I paid on my student loan for 10 years. Now, math was a requirement in college for me, and I passed. But I didn't use that mathematics on my finances. Doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, and I was with me saying this, I don't want you to think I'm trying to impress you or anything. I'm not. But I was a cloud engineer, okay, making 6 figures, living paycheck to paycheck, $160 a year. I was making $160,000 a year, and I didn't use mathematics on my finances. So don't be impressed by my computer engineering degree, how much money I was making, because once you get out of the debt matrix, $160,000 a year is not a lot of money. Don't be fooled. Don't be programmed. People in the debt matrix are programmed to believe 6 digits means you have made it, mean you make a lot of money. No, that's not true. Because when people get to those 6 digits, they always tell people their salary like Uncle Sam doesn't count. Uncle Sam counts. What are you leaving off Uncle Sam for? You don't make one. I wish somebody would have came up to me and said, Linnell, you don't make 160, especially by yourself. So why you keep saying that to everybody? I didn't know. Good morning, everyone. Raining Woman says, Snuggles, good morning, love. Mike says, should you build up an emergency fund before starting the snowball process? Yep. Follow what Dave Ramsey says. $1,000 emergency fund first. Okay. Before you do anything, $1,000 emergency fund first. Okay. You do whatever it takes to get there. Doesn't matter. Sell some stuff, cut some stuff out of your life, whatever it takes to get to that $1,000. Okay.
I had a question now.
Yes.
I apologize for the feedback and the echo. Let me see. I think I muted the other stream so bad. Okay, yes. So here's my question.
Mhm.
Growing up in my early 20s, I was conditioned to save about 3 to 6 months of savings for any event, something should happen, loss of income or whatever, right?
Mhm.
In today's economy, I believe that we should save about at least a year worth of our bills and debts. What would say you about that?
This is what I say about that, and I'm gonna say this through experience. Okay, now that I'm financially free. Okay, can you mute? Can you mute your thing? Because I'm hearing my. Yeah, thank you. Okay, check it out. When you can become debt free, you're going to be amazed that the year saving for a year, 6 months, when you're financially free, you will always have money. So you don't. I don't even think like that anymore. I don't even think like, ooh, I need to save 6 months. I need to save 1 year. I always have money. When you're financially free, you don't. I don't even think about money. I don't even think about it. I don't think about it the way I used to think about it when I was in debt. Every day when I woke up in debt, oh, how am I gonna pay this bill? How much I gotta save up to do this? How much I gotta save up to do that? Should I have 5 months, 6 months emergency fund? You don't even think like that anymore because you always will have money in the bank. Your whole mindset changes. It's a good idea to do that when you're getting out of debt. So just in case, but once you get completely out of debt, your money is going to stack so fast, you won't even think like that anymore. That makes sense?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Let's see. Mike Rambo says, oh, okay, I already said that. Oh, no, I was about to read that. Kabozis Kazopa, what's the most important financial advice you could give to someone becoming an adult? Trust mathematics. This is the most important advice I would give a young person. Okay. Number one, money and math are one. If you never forget that, you will be rich. Right off the bat, always trust mathematics. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, it will never make financial sense. CENTS. Number two, do everything financially opposite of the majority. $1.6 trillion in student loan debt, never get student loan debt or pay yours off. Trillions in credit card debt, never use credit cards. Trillions in car loan debt, never, ever, ever finance a car, ever. Under any circumstances. I don't care what it looks like. I never care what the people in the debt matrix even say about you. If they talk about your car, say like you get an old car and it's just an old car, not a piece of junk. Don't think because you're buying a car cash. That's only people in the debt matrix think like that. If you buy a car cash, it's going to be a piece of junk. That's not true. All right. Don't listen to them. Get a car, older car. Don't worry. That's not forever, because I'll tell you why. Don't listen to the people in the debt matrix, especially anybody that downs you while they're making car payments. They don't know they know they're making car payments, but they don't know what they're they don't know what they're paying for that car. They have no idea. People who finance cars finances the taxes too. They're getting taxed twice. Don't even know it. Why would you listen to somebody that has no idea what they're doing? Don't pay attention to them. They're speaking debt and they don't know they're speaking debt. Okay. That's what you do. And the last one was the last one. Credit cards. Car loan, cell phones. Don't ever finance a cell phone. And most definitely, don't ever say out loud in public that you are financing a cell phone. You have no idea if people like me are standing around you when you say that, because if you mention that you're financing a cell phone in public, that immediately tells me about your finances, because people that have money would never in a million years finance a cell phone ever. Okay. Follow those rules. You'll be a millionaire with a regular job. Okay. Cosmic Wisdom says, just found out Chevrolet now has 20-year car payments yesterday. And Cosmic Wisdom, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. I saw a 12-year car loan. Now they got 20-year car loans. Doesn't surprise me. Know why it doesn't surprise me? $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. There's a lot. There's 45 million people out there faking that they have money. That's 45 million people. Trillions in car loan debt. Trillions in phone debt. Trillions in everything. That's how I know it's going to get even more. Willie says, emergency fund is my first priority. Yes. Hyphy says, when you're out of debt, you have less monthly expenses. Therefore, it's easier to save for a whole year because your yearly expenses are less. Exactly. Once you get out of debt, you learn. When I was getting out of debt, I was slowly, not only was I paying off my debt, I was learning how to get the same services that I use every day but for cheaper. Like, for example, I pay $20 a month for my cell phone service on AT&T, $20 a month. But I pay by the year. I pay by the year. Everything, I'm away from the monthly mentality. I don't think month to month anymore. I think yearly, because every time I think yearly, it's always cheaper. Yearly gym membership, yearly phone service, anything that I can get a year in advance, it's always going to be cheaper. Okay. Cosmic Wisdom. I'm about to research that now. The 20-year loan probably comes with a lifetime warranty if you service the car regularly at their dealership. Oh yeah, Hyphy, it's just business. Think about it this way. Just the title of this video. I want you guys to understand something. If anybody ever signed up for a 20-year car loan, they're a slave. Because if they just did the mathematics, they would say, oh, hell no, I'm not doing a 20-year car loan. But they do. I wouldn't even finance a car, period. I don't care if it was a 1-year car loan. A 20-year car loan, whoever signs up for that's a slave. They don't know they're a slave. If they just did the math, they would go, oh, crap, I'll be a slave for 20 years. Yes, you will. Good morning, millennials. Good morning. Willie says, are you against using credit cards? No, I have one. I have one credit card that I use every single day. One credit card. Okay. Let me show you guys something. Okay. I'm gonna do something for you guys that I know nobody on the internet has done for you. Okay. How can I make such a claim? Here, I'm gonna show you. One second here. Okay. 1 second. Nobody. And then once I show you this, I want you to ask yourself, how come nobody else does that? Okay. And I'm gonna tell you the answer for that too. So here we go. Let me show you something. This is my entire credit report as of November. This is an old photo. As of November. Okay. My entire credit report. Now ask yourself, have you ever seen anybody on the internet, anybody's channel, anybody's Facebook, anybody's Instagram show you their entire credit report? Anybody? Anybody do that before? You know what they don't want to show you? They don't want to show you how much debt they're in. Credit scores don't matter. Credit scores only mean that the banks like you because you paid their money back. If your credit score is bad, the banks don't like you because you didn't pay their money back. That's it. Nothing more than that. Doesn't mean anything about having money. Doesn't mean anything. When you're out of debt, you don't have to be. It's not a funny feeling to show your entire credit report. As you can see, nothing's on it. Nothing's on the credit report. Nothing. It's not even a big deal. Here, check it out. Look at it. See what I'm saying? Ask yourself, how come I'm the only one that shows you that? What has it? And honestly, you guys tell me, if it's zero, put zeros in the room. How many people have actually showed you their entire credit report? Just put it in there. Let me know. Cosmic Wisdom says it better have a lifetime warranty and a whole lot of other stuff. I don't care if it came with a brand new baby, you know. Tony Davis says, I know a brother who drives a 92 Camry. His net worth is 7 figures. Yeah. You know, you want to spot people that if you're in debt, let me give you an idea. If you're in debt and you want to spot people that that you might think that might have some money, look for an older car, but it's very clean. Very, very clean. Okay, look for that. Yes, NC Briggs, 20-year car payments doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Oh, oh no, that's me. Okay. Sup? Quentin, what's going on? Chevrolet 20-year car payment. What kind of vehicle is that? Whatever somebody, it doesn't even matter. Whatever somebody believes a 20-year car payment is worth. And Chevrolet wouldn't come up with a 20-year car payment plan if people didn't desire it or want it, okay? Willie says, I have 2 credit cards at LJ and I make sure I pay on time. Yeah, I pay them in full every single month. I only have one. I don't really need, and I use a credit card. Credit card is a tool, no different than a hammer, a lawnmower, whatever. I use credit cards for 2 reasons: to build my credit score, number 1, and for security. With my credit card, I don't have to worry about shopping or whatever, shopping at a store. I don't have to worry about store security and nothing like that. If they get hacked, if customer information get hacked at a store I shop at, they just get my credit card information. My credit card company says, hey, Linnell, is this you? Did you make this charge in Pennsylvania? No, that wasn't me. They close it down, recredit me, give me a new card, done in 10 minutes. Try to do that with a debit card. It's not the same. Not the same at all. Reigning Woman says, why does the score differ from the credit report? Now, when you guys see this drastic change in my credit score, don't go by that, because when I was first getting out of debt, I made the mistake of, under TransUnion, I wanted my credit report to be totally just clean, right? So I was removing history, but I was removing good history too. So don't remove good history, okay? That's just a lesson learned. That's why the 718 versus the 783, that is completely my fault. I had good history reports removed, and I shouldn't have did that. So don't worry about that, okay? Tony says -1. Huh. Willie says, I only use 7%. You mean 7% of your credit card, Willie? I really don't, personally, I don't go by percentage of credit card use. I use whatever I want to use, because at the end of the month, I'm going to pay it in full. So I don't really go by that, because it doesn't matter. Like when they say, you better believe that it's credit card companies that dictate to say, hey, you only can use 20% of this, so you don't go over this. And so they're going to give me a credit card, and then they're going to tell me how much I can use on a credit card. No, nobody tells me that. No, I use what I want to use. I use how much as I want to use per month, per week. I don't care. I don't go by. Those are bank rules. When you go credit, the banks have created the credit, Equifax, TransUnion. You know, those credit bureaus, those are controlled by the banks. The banks made the rules. The banks created those. They don't think they're separate. They probably don't think they're separate from each other. I know they tell you that, but that's not true. Only people in the debt matrix believe in the credit gods. I don't care about any of that. That's why I'm showing you guys my whole entire credit report. And I really want you guys to, I want you guys to understand, when you see my entire credit report, I want you to ask yourself, how come Linnell is the only person I've ever seen show his entire credit report on the internet, and he's not even scared to do it? Why is it? Because there's nothing on it. Look at it. Look at all those sexy, beautiful zeros. Look at all those beautiful zeros. Aren't they sexy? There's nothing on it. So anybody, this is me, okay? Anybody that comes to me with a financial deal, something to do with money, and listen to me closely. Once you're financially free, this is how your credit report will look. Look at it. This is how it will look. Now, anybody that comes to me with some kind of financial deal or want to partner up with me or something, anything to do with money, my money mixed with their money somehow in a business, I ask to see their personal credit report first. I don't care what kind of car they drive. I don't care what they do for a living. I don't care where they live. I don't care about things. Their credit report better look like mine, period. And once you become financially free, check it out. I look at everything as a thing. Nothing is more than anything. Like if I look at a brand new Mercedes and somebody says it costs $80,000, you know what I think in my mind? Says who? Mercedes? Well, I don't agree with Mercedes. But if you're in a debt matrix and you decide to finance $80,000 Mercedes, you just believe Mercedes. I don't believe Mercedes because I don't believe a car costs that much to make. I just don't believe it. I don't care if it's Mercedes. They just made people believe that. It's not, and I'm not hating on Mercedes. Mercedes built up their brand name. No different than Gucci, no different than Prada, no different. You look at a Prada purse or whatever, right? That thing's like $20,000 purses. It didn't cost $20,000 to make that purse. I logically can see that with my own eyes. There's no way it costs that much. But if they can make the people in the debt matrix believe it and finance it, good for them. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome. You're welcome, reigning woman. You're welcome. Well, okay, here we go. Hyphy says old accounts are closed, but in good standing are good for your credit. They help your average age of accounts, which gives a points boost. Keep those old accounts until they fall off. Yeah, and falling off stuff. Don't believe in things that fall off. They don't fall off. Then it's not like there's somebody waiting for the 7-year mark to say, okay, 7 years, and then they push a button. No, only person that needs to worry about your credit report is you. So leave good standing closed accounts on your credit report. Never move them. That's why the drastic points difference in my 2 credit scores. Okay. Willie says, they say also use 30%. If you use less percentage, it raises your score much faster. That's what the banks say. The banks are telling you that. Okay. That's none of that stuff means nothing. I don't go by any of that. I barely even look at my credit report. I only look at my credit score when I show you guys. I don't care about credit. I don't. I don't go by what the credit gods say. Hey, if you close a credit card, if you pay off and close a credit card, it's going to affect your credit score. It's going to go down. But so what? I'm out of debt. Who cares what the banks say? So, okay, whatever. You know, the banks say that to scare people in the debt matrix to keep them from closing their credit cards, because they know if they get the people in the debt matrix to keep their credit cards and never close them, people in debt are going to come up with some sort of emergency to spend the money. Okay, it's brilliant. I'm not hating on the banks at all. Let me help you guys understand this. I'm not a bank hater. I've learned from the banks. They have this master. No, you're not going to, somebody from the debt matrix is not going to come and trick the credit card companies. They're making billions of dollars, billions with a B, trillion. No, excuse me, trillions. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. With a T, trillions. You think somebody that don't even know they're in debt is going to fool the credit card companies? No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They don't even know they're in debt. People that have student loans that are older than their children believe they're going to fool the banks. No, they're not. You've already disrespected your own money. If you've had listen, if you've had student loans longer than you went to college, you're not fooling anybody but yourself. You're not fooling anybody. That doesn't even make mathematical sense, but yet people believe it's normal. It's not. It's only normal for those who are in debt. I promise you. Thank you, reigning woman. Appreciate it. It's beautiful. Ain't it sexy? When I look at it right now, let me move reigning woman's out of it. Look how sexy that is. It is just I should frame it. It's beautiful. It's a Picasso. It's like a Picasso. Signed by L.J. Young. Reigning woman says, I love the hashtag Daddy My Daddy. That was you know what's so funny, reigning woman? That Daddy My Daddy was first. That was my first name, but people were taking that wrong. Okay. It was too controversial. Oh, that ain't my daddy. I got a house. I got a car. That don't rule me. I was like, nah, they're not getting the message right. So I switched over through the help of the SMD family, because we are a family here. Savings Minus Debt family. Savings Minus Debt is undeniable. You can't put your emotions in it because it's just savings minus debt. It's basically a mathematical equation. That's it. Nobody can get mad at a mathematical equation. And so what I do is like, oh, excuse me. I came up with all these shirts. I just got some shirts where it says savings minus debt on the front, Google's hashtag savings minus debt, and then on the back says equal the money you have in real life. Who can get mad at that? If they just add up their debt, add up their savings, add up their debt, and their debt is in the negative, that's how much money they have. What are you getting mad about? Is that true? Yeah, it's true. Then you ask somebody that is in debt, is that true? Yes, it's true. Then why are you upset? I don't get it. No, I do know. I know now because I'm out the debt matrix. They can't hear me. You guys think I'm joking? People in debt can't hear you. You can test out everything I'm saying, and they cannot hear you. All right, we got somebody coming on here. We got Abe. Let's see. Can you hear me, Abe?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Welcome, man. What's going on? What's your question?
Nothing much. Good morning.
Good morning.
I had a question about that Mercedes comment you made.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate on that a little further?
Give me an example. You mean what I just said?
Yeah, you said something about Mercedes doesn't cost that much to make.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So say like a brand new Mercedes comes out and that thing's like $100,000.
Okay.
It didn't really cost $100,000 to build that car. Okay. It really didn't. It didn't cost $100,000 to build that car. Mercedes has built up their brand to make people believe their cars cost that much. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying anything negative about Mercedes. Not saying their cars suck. Not saying that they shouldn't charge that much. I'm saying that they built up their name enough to make people believe that car costs $100,000 to make. Now, for me, if I wanted that particular Mercedes, because you got to remember, people in debt, they don't have $100,000. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to finance it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And it's the car. It's $100,000 plus tax. And if you don't have $100,000 cash to buy the car, that's why you're financing it. If you don't have the money for the car, guess what else you don't have the money for? The taxes. So you're people in debt that finance cars are actually getting taxed twice. They're so far upside down in the car before they even have the keys. That people in debt believe that if the car goes down in value before you drive off the lot. No, it's well before you even have the keys. See what I'm saying? That makes sense?
So how would you go about? Yeah, it does. I know you spoke on your previous podcast how if you want to buy a brand new car, you look for somebody who's over the head in debt and want to get rid of the car. How would you go about looking for that? What's your strategy on that?
Okay. So now that I'm financially free, I don't look at money individually. I look at money collectively. Okay. So this is how I look at it. 85% of Americans are in debt. That's number one. Number two, you just Google total car loan debt. It's in the trillions. So anybody selling, you can just open the paper. There's so many apps that you can look for cars. I will look only for personal people. And 9 times out of 10, that person's selling that car for a reason because they're in debt. And if I got the cash, I'm going to get the car for less than the blue book value of the car. Blue book value of a car doesn't matter to me. I don't even look at blue book value of a car. It means absolutely nothing to me. I don't care what the blue book value is. Blue book value only matters when I sell, never when I buy. Because I just look for somebody in debt, call them up. Hey, you're selling this car? And then this is the question I ask them. How come you're selling it? If they give me a debt story, they don't know they're giving me a debt story, but I'm like, good, ding, ding, I'm going to go see you. And then they don't know that's how I made my decision because they don't know they're speaking debt. Yeah. So I'll come in and say, hey, I know you want $20,000 for this car, but I got 15 right here.
Yeah.
You think they're going to turn that down? Nope. So now I buy the car under Blue Book, right? I drive it for a few years, and then I sell it at Blue Book. What does that equal mathematically? I drove the car for free. See that?
Yeah.
They don't know that. People in debt can't hear you. You can tell a person in debt right now what I just told them. They will look at you with glazed eyes. What are you talking about? So that's why I say that.
Yeah. I've never heard anyone say that.
Hey, I'm telling you this. I never even thought that when I was in the debt matrix. For the first 40 years of my life, nobody ever told me like that. If somebody would have came to my face and told me just like that using mathematics, how could I get mad? What could I say? You know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing.
Yeah. So for all the students listening, what do you think going to college is the right plan? I mean, I'm not, from what I'm hearing, student loans and all that good stuff. Like, what's your take on that? Do you think it's worth it in the end if you're aggressively paying off those loans? Or
I say like this for the youngsters, okay? Student loans, if you want to got the money, you have no choice but to get a student loan if you want to go to college. Don't go to college because your parents telling you. Don't go to college because the TV told you. Now, if you're going to be a doctor, I'm not going to have a doctor work on me and say, hey, I didn't go to college, I'm going to do surgery on you. Okay, there's certain professions that you must go to college. Okay, that's a miss. But I say like this, if you're going to do that, get the college loans, work at the same time. But when you graduate and get that job that you went to college for, you continue living like a college student until every single penny of that student loan debt is paid off. And this is why, again, I look at money collectively. If you get out of college, pay that student loan off right now. By doing that, will immediately catapult you financially ahead of the 1.6 trillion, 45 million people. You'll be financially ahead of them without them even knowing it. They won't even know. Won't even know.
I mean, that's without you going to, college for like a communication majors or something, or English or something, on that level. Not to knock anybody who's majoring in that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you go to college for, as long as you pay it off fast. But that'll make you think. If you plan on, if you make it up in your mind that I'm gonna go to college and I got to pay the student loan off, it'll make you think, ooh, am I choosing the right profession? Am I just choosing a profession just because my parents told me that I'm not because that's not true. Don't think if you don't have a college degree. I want anybody listening in this room, don't let anybody in the debt matrix make you believe because you didn't go to college, you're somehow less than them. Don't believe that, because if you come across somebody with a college degree and they're $100,000, $150,000 in student loan debt, they're a slave. They're a high-paid slave. You don't want that. You don't want that. Student loan debt is only second to IRS debt. And the only reason why it's second to IRS debt, because you can go to prison for IRS debt. That's the only reason why it's second.
Matt in the chat.
Yeah.
There are so many classes that are available online that you don't have to go to school to get a degree for. So those major careers like nursing and, like you said, a doctor or to be an attorney, I would definitely say you want to go to school for those. However, even with some of those courses, those careers, there are so many courses available online through places like Coursera, Audacity, Udemy, and there are a few others where you can literally get training and education, learn at your own pace while you're working like a part-time job, or if you're a student at high school. I mean, there's the opportunities out there for us now and online are really, really limitless. And so I would say research all of your options. Even if you're older, you have children and you're thinking about this or talking to them about this, research all of your options for take the time to really research. Don't have the research and the time that it takes to do it, because in the long run, it's going to pay out for you and it's going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And if you're young, don't get out of debt. This is what I say. Get out of debt and stay out of debt. If you do that, you won't pick a career for the money. If you're choosing something because of the money, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're believing people in the debt matrix. When this is what I want the youngsters to understand. And these are questions I can give you, things to listen to if somebody's giving you bad advice financially. Okay. This is how to tell without them knowing why you're asking. So if you come across a person that looks like they have it together, look like they got their stuff together, right? These are the questions you ask to know if they're giving you financial advice. Say, hey, bring up the student loan debt crisis. Okay. say something like, "Woo, man, these student loan, man. I hope the politicians do something about this student loan debt." If they respond to you emotionally like, "Woo, oh my God, yeah, I wish they do, man," they're telling you that they're in student loan debt. Okay. Because people not in student loan debt, if somebody came up to me and said, "Oh man, the student loan debt crisis is out of control," you know what I would do? "Oh, okay. All right. It is? Oh, okay. Well, what's going on? What's happening? It's none of my business." You see what I'm saying? It's absolutely none of my. How bad is it? Oh, it's up to 1.6 trillion. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Wow. All right. Well, what we gonna do today? We're going down to the beach, or what's up? You don't get emotionally involved.
It's interesting you say that, LJ. I work in a medical.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I come across a bunch of I work in a upper affluent place, and I talk to a bunch of older people, and they try to give me game on how to approach what I want to do in life, and some of them say hey, your student loans, just make minimum payments and invest in real estate, for example. And listening to you is like, wait, LJ said that. So I'm kind of like confused on that. Like, how should I approach that? Like, it's so many ways of going about it, but I think your way it makes a whole lot. It's more logical, mathematically, like you say. What's your take on that?
Okay, this is easy. This is easy. Everything I tell you is simplified, and everything I tell you is 100% correct. And I'm not even bragging. Okay, I'm just saying my math is correct. So anybody says invest instead of paying off your student loans, this is what you got to think when you hear people say that. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest. Now, if they have $50,000 in student loan debt, and say like they told you, "Hey man, I'm about to invest $1,000 into the stock market," or whatever people in debt think they're investing in. It doesn't matter what they believe or say. It really doesn't matter, right? But if you go 1,000 minus 50,000, that's negative 49,000. You got to think you can't say this to them because they'll get mad because they don't really understand what you're saying, right? And you got to think to yourself, if they're negative $49,000, where are they getting $1,000 to invest in the stock market or retirement? They're not. That's all you got to do. If you're thinking right now, if you believe you got to invest in your 401k at work, right? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money I have to invest in a 401k. And then you tell me how much are you investing in your 401k at that moment. If you're in a negative, you're not investing anything according to mathematics. So the people that believe they're getting a 3% match, a 6% match, you can't match negative dollars. That's mathematically impossible. You see what I'm saying? They don't know that. You could tell them to their face. Tell somebody, "Hey, you know what? If you're in debt, you're really not getting a 6% match." They'll give you a glazed look. They can't hear you. It's not even deep. Hey, it's just 5th grade. I'm just using 5th grade math. I'm not even doing anything fancy.
It is because I've never heard anyone talk like this.
Me neither.
So that's why I'm saying to me.
I understand. I'm just messing with you. I understand. I understand. Something so simple that can be so deep.
Yeah.
You know how mad I was. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell all you guys in this room. When I got out of debt, I was mad at myself for an entire year.
Yeah.
That I couldn't see something so simple to see. I was taking financial advice from people that are in debt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, LJ. I appreciate it. I'm not sure if you remember me, but we spoke a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. No,
yeah.
I remember. I see that. I see the name. I recognize the name.
Yeah. Thanks for your time. Have a blessed morning.
Yeah, you too, man. Much appreciated. Thanks for participating.
No problem.
All right. Okay, I just answered Abe's question. Rainy Woman says, "Yeah, it's a turn on. Don't play with me." That's funny. Rainy Woman said, "Oh, that is hot." Right. And no, that hey man, that credit report is sexy. Cosmic Wisdom says, "I got a call yesterday of someone selling their 2003 E30 for 40. Yeah, they're in debt. They're desperate. That's quick money right there. Quick money. Cosmic Wiz says, I pass not looking for a car, but there are plenty of cars out there. Yeah. All you got to do is call them up and say, hey, but you got to remember, you got to be financially free to hear people speak debt, because if you've been in debt all your life, everybody in this room, listen, okay, listen closely. If you've been in debt all your life, I promise you, you only speak debt. You don't know what you're saying when you speak out loud about money. It's impossible. If you are a person that believe everybody's in debt, you will always be in debt. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. You only speak debt. Only people in debt believe everybody's always in debt. Only people who finance cars are the only people that believe everybody has to finance cars. Only people that believe in 30-year mortgages are the only people that get 30-year mortgages. See what I'm saying? That's because none of that is true. Once you get out of debt, guess what? Even housing market values, they will no longer matter to you. They only matter to people who are in debt. People that are not in debt, who have money, we don't pay full price for a house. There's too many people in debt. You can buy for half the price. As long as there are people throughout the country, and there are millions, that believe they're homeowners while having 30-year mortgages, you can live anywhere you want and buy the house at the price you want. It doesn't matter. Yoda says private sellers on car gurus. Anywhere. It's everywhere. People in debt are everywhere. It doesn't matter where they're at. I wouldn't go to a car lot. You go to a car lot, they're buying the cars to sell for profit. That's just obvious. They bought it for cheap, and then they're going to sell it to you at a markup price. That's just business. That's why I would never step on a car lot to buy a car unless I was buying a brand new car, and that's highly unlikely. Randy Woman says people in debt can't hear you. They can't hear you. You guys can test everything I'm giving you. Go up to a person. If somebody's talking like they know about money, this is another thing. All you got to do is say this. Hey, what's your tax bracket? If they don't know the answer, they don't really have the money that you believe they have, because people that manage money understand that taxes are the backbone of this whole economy. You would be a complete wrong if you don't know your tax bracket. Everybody pays taxes. Tax evasion, you can go to prison, and you're not taking the time to understand where you're at in the tax bracket. That's a major problem, because taxes can help you build wealth. Doesn't that sound crazy? When I was in the debt matrix, somebody said, hey, man, if you understand taxes, it can help you build wealth. I would have thought they were nuts. No, it's true. It's very true. It's very true. And remember, everything I'm telling you guys, I can prove to be true mathematically. Always remember that, okay? What's up, All Mall? What's going on? Lottery Guru, what's going on? LJ, I have an issue. My mother is trying to bankrupt me. She's always asking me for money. I usually say no, but now she's trying to guilt trip me. What would you do if you were in my shoes? I would just say, when you get out of debt, this is what I would say. No, Mom, I'm not giving you any money, so stop asking me. And make sure you make direct eye contact. Okay. Don't look away. Don't sort of say, hey, well, no, just say, yes, I have money and I'm not giving you any. So stop asking me. Especially now, remember, if it's a person, it doesn't matter, family members, mama, daddy, if they're not helping themselves financially, I'm not going to let somebody bring me back down into the debt matrix because they don't want to come out of the debt matrix. No, I will never allow that ever. That would never happen. I don't care if I had millions of dollars in the bank. If I wanted to get if I had millions of dollars in the bank, I'd be giving my grandmother, I'm giving my mama money anyway. But if I'm in debt, if you're in a negative and you're giving your money away to somebody else, do it this way. Every time that happens, do this. Add up all your savings so you can see. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. See SavingsMinusDebt.com at the bottom. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to loan to anybody. If you are in a negative and you take money and give it to somebody else, you are digging yourself deeper in the negative to appease that person. No, I'm not doing any of that. The answer is no. Don't ask me again. Direct eye contact so they know. My family, friends, they know better not to come to me. Don't come to me. Now anybody can jump in. I got the link in the comments. So Rainy Woman says, yeah, that. Oh, she's talking. Okay. That I appreciate your support. Okay. Health, weight, and real talk. Good morning. Ready for this financial knowledge to start the day. Thank you for joining. Again, if you're just joining the stream, you guys can jump in anytime. You don't have to get on camera. You can just use your voice. All right. I know it's early in the morning. People don't want to show everybody in the morning. What's going on? DJ C-Dub, you break it down so clearly. DJ C-Dub, let me tell you something. Know why it's so clear? Because I'm just using math. That's what I'm telling you guys. I was mad at myself for a year. Once you see it, you can see the clear path how to become a millionaire. It's so easy. It's not even hard. You stop thinking about money individually and you start thinking about money collectively. Think about it this way. I want you guys to follow me. All of us in the United States agree that this green piece of paper with denominations on it means that it's somehow equal to value. We can exchange this green piece of paper for goods and services. We agree. We must all agree that this green piece of paper means something, right? That's why so you think about money collectively. So if there are people that are in trillions of dollars in credit card debt and you're not in credit card debt, that means you make more money than the people that are in credit card debt. That's called phantom income. See what I'm saying? If you think about money collectively, anything you don't do financially negatively that the majority does is money in your pocket. That's true. That is real. I promise you. Gabriel says, like how Chris Hogan said, to build wealth is time and compound interest. Yeah. Once your money starts working for you. First, you must have money first to have compound interest. So again, here we go again. Now you come across somebody that's talking about compound interest. Now, if they're in debt, they're not compounding anything. It's mathematically impossible to compound interest on negative dollars. That's mathematically impossible. So if you're a person, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest in anything to compound anything. So if you're in a negative, if you believe mathematically that you're compounding negative interest, that's just what you believe. It's not a big deal. Okay, well, you believe that, I guess. It doesn't matter. There's two economies, people. One that the majority can see and one that the majority cannot see because they don't believe in mathematics. So it's invisible to them. It's mathematically impossible for them to ever see it because they don't believe in math. Juan says, so if you happen to already have a mortgage, what do you suggest? Pay more to the principal, pay it off. Here's another thing, okay? Now listen to me closely, okay? So you guys can clearly understand this. Now there are people that say, hey, don't pay off your house, invest in this and that and blah, 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 the stock market, whatever. That's debt speak. Now this is all you got to do. Look collectively, always look collectively when it comes to money. If you lived on a block with 10 people, say like this, you guys all had houses and you're the only one with no mortgage. Okay. And everybody else has a mortgage. Everybody on the whole block is calling themselves homeowners, but you're the only one with no mortgage. Why did the other 9 people believe they're homeowners with a mortgage? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Doesn't make absolutely no sense. But you're the only one with a mortgage. If you have a paid off house out of the 10 people, and you're the only one, and 9 people do not, now times that by millions of people, millions. That should show you right there, having a paid off house is one of the most important things to have. That's guaranteed money. You are recession proof. You have money. Anything comes up and you need a few $100,000 to do whatever, you sell the house. You don't control the stock market. You control your house. You know what you've done to it. You know what you're putting into it. Because paid off house, you're going to get the money right back. A recession hit, housing prices plummet. It's not a big deal that you just go, oh, okay, whatever. I'll just wait, because you know what else goes down when the economy hits? Taxes. So the taxes on your paid off house also go down. So you can just ride out the recession. Hey, check it out. When you're financially free, recessions are like Christmas time. That's Christmas. A recession, when you're financially free, you look forward to recessions because you're going to get 3 houses for the price of 1 with cash. Everything's different. I'm telling you guys, everything is different. I'm looking forward to the next recession. I wish it would hurry up. It's taking, I could see it coming. How can I see it coming? Trillions in car loan debt, trillions in student loan debt, people financing cell phones, people financing cars for 20 years. That's how I know it's coming. Soon as they keep extending loans further and further out because people in debt want smaller and smaller payments, thinking that's going to save them. That's how you know a recession's coming. Abe says, hey, LJ, how does taxes help you get rich? I'll tell you. That's a good question. All right, now listen to me closely. Okay. Okay, for example, I always use this example so you guys can understand this. The match in a 401k is not the real money savings. It's not. It's the taxes. So if the majority of people are in debt, they cannot do what I'm about to tell you. They can't even see what I'm about to tell you, even if you told them. This year, as of 2020, you can max out your 401k of $19,500. You can max it out. You get to put $19,500 away in your retirement, and you also get to take $19,500 off of your annual income, which will lower you in your tax bracket. Now, the difference between the people that cannot and the people that can, the people that cannot stay high in their tax bracket and they pay the highest amount of taxes. If you're out of debt, you get to lower your tax bracket. The money difference between the two is money in your pocket. That's called phantom income. That's how taxes can help you become rich. Only if you look at money collectively, that is real. Don't believe me? Look up Robert Kiyosaki, phantom income. It's real. Okay? And now let me know if that didn't make sense, Abe. Tell me if it didn't make sense. Anybody in this room, if I said it and it doesn't make sense, it's okay to say, hey, Linnell, I still don't understand. Can you help me make sense of that? Okay, that's no problem. Okay. And Juan, I want to come back to this one. And it also counts on what type of mortgage you have today. Okay, it all counts on what type of mortgage you have today. Willie says, normally the parents should have wealth to the children. No, nothing's normal. I know people say that. That's not true. I mean, I guess, but it's not happening. What I'm teaching here is generational. Once you get out of debt using basic mathematics, you're not going to be able to, but to help teach your children. I'm teaching my girlfriend's son the proper way to play Monopoly. I'm teaching him how to play Monopoly from a debt-free perspective, because me growing up, I didn't know I was in debt. I didn't know I was learning Monopoly from people in debt, people from the debt perspective. They was giving me a debt perspective of how to play Monopoly. Now that I looked up the rules of Monopoly, now I have a different mindset of Monopoly. I will kill anybody in Monopoly, because this is why. Anybody that comes to the board with a finance cell phone, a finance car, believe they're a homeowner with a mortgage, they don't have a chance. They're already starting out wrong. They don't even know they're starting out wrong. They don't even know they are unarmed already. They don't even know. Even if I told them, they still wouldn't hear me. Thank you. Please. Yeah. Thank you, Health. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. Please don't. Randy Woman says, I am in the chat room now. Oh, gotcha. Okay. You're talking to me. Okay. Abe said, can you explain? Jump back on, Abe, because it's more of a, I want to hear if you can jump back on temporarily, just so they can so you can ask the question, then I can reply so everybody can hear. No tax loopholes, none of that. That's not none of that. Don't loopholes. Now that I'm out of the debt matrix, it's not a loophole. It's just mathematics. Loopholes are things that people justify saying it's a legal way to do something. It's not really a loophole. It's just math. It's not really, I mean, a loophole is to do something. This is how I define loopholes. Something that the majority of people don't know what to do that is completely legal. Okay, that's what it really means. And what that really means is that whoever did this just did the mathematics and said, oh, this is a better way to do it because the math equals better. You know what I'm saying? Mazda 5 says, Linnell, how do we look at money collectively? This is pretty, thank you for the question, Mazda 5. This is how you look at money collectively. When you hear the word, let's put it this way. Say like you're browsing the internet or you're watching a TV commercial and it says, hey, the average car payment is $500 a month. Okay, that's $6,000 a year. The average is made up of millions upon millions upon millions of people making the same financial decisions as one. That's how they come up with the average. So if they say the average car payment is this, and your car payment is around the $500, that means you are part of the average. I'm out of debt. So I'm no longer part of the average. That they're not even talking to me, right? So if the average person times millions of people, that's $6,000 a year. 500 times 12 is $6,000 per year. So millions of people I'm making $6,000 more per year than the collective average, because I don't have a car payment. That's how you look at money collectively. Once you not make a car payment and then you hear the average car payment is XYZ and you don't have a car payment, you're not part of that average. That's the millions of people that are in a debt matrix. That's what they're talking to. They're not talking to me. Are there other tax loopholes? There's tons. It's not, and stop, and Abe, I'm not even saying anything mean to you, but stop saying loopholes. That means people in the debt matrix say things like that. Don't say things like that. It's just math. That's all. If I tell somebody how to buy a car instead of the traditional way, they say, "Ooh, that's a loophole." No, it's not. It's just math. It's just math. Nothing more than that. Cosmic Wisdom says, personally, if the only debt you have is a mortgage, I would focus on investing in cash flow assets and sending additional principal payments. Yeah, see, and there's no right and wrong way, especially when you're financially free. But me personally, I look at everything collectively. That's the only way I look at. If 10 people on the block we all have houses, and I'm the only one on that block that has no mortgage, but yet the 9 people are calling themselves homeowners, I know I'm financially ahead of the 9 people. I don't care what they believe. It doesn't matter. I don't know why they call themselves homeowners. It doesn't mean anything, whatever. That's just how they feel. That's why I always say math and money are one. The only thing that could separate math from money are feelings. So people that have 30-year mortgages, that they feel like they're a homeowner. You can walk up to them and say, hey, yeah, but according to math, you're not. You're not. See, look, you're not. And they'll look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? Exactly. So stop saying it. See what I'm saying? LES says, if a person is debt free and has an annual income of $31,000, which is the average in America, how are they able to live, max out their 401k, and max out their HSA? They can't. They can't max out. If you're making $31,000 a year, you can't max out your 401k. That's impossible. That's according to math. Math says if you're making $31,000 a year, you can't max out your 401k and you can't max out your HSA. That's true. So you can't do it. So you don't max out your 401k. You put in as much as you can. You put in as much as you can afford. And 31,000, I know according now. And see, I want you to see something, LES. If a person is debt free and has an annual, which is the average in America, I'm not part of the average. When they say the average, they're only talking to people who are in debt. I'm not part of the average. To live off of $35,000 a year is easy. You don't even have to try. That's what I live off right now. And I'm not even trying to live off of $35,000. I'm not budgeting. I'm not writing everything down that I need to. I'm not doing any of that. Once you get out of debt, you learn a certain steps. This is what I teach my clients. Once they get out, I create a plan. Not only do I teach them how to pay off their debts, I teach them how to live the same way they're living, but at half the cost of what people in debt. Here's another example. I pay $20 a month for my cell phone service. The average payment of a cell phone bill is at least $100. And then you add the cost of the finance cell phone on top of that. Do you see what I'm saying? See the huge gap? And if you do that every single year, that you do the opposite of the majority. That's it. That's it. Reigning Woman says, if a person is debt free, $31,000, they should have no problem living. Not at all. And then when they're debt free, they're going to start to figure out how they can make more than $31,000. Because when you see that, are you saying, not the person asked the question, but if you're $31,000 and you're debt free, and are you saying that you're planning on staying at $31,000 for your entire life? If I was making $31,000, I would say I need to figure out how to make more than $31,000. That's what I say. And wealth is time. It's not money. True wealth is owning the time in your life. If you own the time in your life, that means you have all the time in the world to make as much money as you wish. There is no limit. There is no limit. I want you guys to understand, once you get out of the debt matrix, the word million, billion, trillion, those are words and nothing more. They don't mean anything. There is no limit to how much money you can make. Don't put a cap on yourself ever. Don't say, I'm trying to get to 100,000. I'm trying to get to 200,000. There is no limit. How do I know that? Look at Jeff Bezos. One man is worth billions of dollars. That's how I know. You think Jeff Bezos is special? No, he's not. He's not special. He just believes in mathematics and he had a plan. That's it. Nothing more. He's showing the world what one person can make. He's making more money than anybody in 15, 20 lifetimes. That's how I know there is no limit. Cosmic Wisdom says, we got to focus on being ultimately not being average. Clear consumer, student loan debt to be free yourself to above average. Yeah. Get out of that. Stop. This is how you know you're in a debt matrix. If you fall under any statistics that when they talk about the average financially and you're around that, whatever they're saying, you are living in the debt matrix. I'm not part of the average. Cosmic Wisdom's not part of the average. Hyphy is not part of the average. If you look at anything, any commercial, anything that says the average is XYZ and you fall under that, you live in the debt matrix. We don't live there. You live there. DJ C-Dub says, 2019, I made $61,000 a year. I have no kids, but a lot goes to taxes and I mismanaged a lot of money. What do you suggest? Take the time to understand taxes. If you don't know your tax bracket, start there. Well, you need to come see me. Honestly, you just need to come see me. I'll help you skip a whole bunch of hurdles. I'm just telling you, if you're new to my channel, come see me. There's my website. There's my website scrolling on the bottom. I can help you skip a lot of things. I can help you get out of the debt matrix. I can help you stop listening to people in the debt matrix. They're just talking. They're just yip yapping. They don't listen. They don't know what they're saying to you. I promise you. I'm giving you guys things to say to people. Here's another one. Let me give you another one so you can understand. People don't understand what you're saying. Okay. Somebody rolls up into your job with a brand new car and say, hey, look at my new car. I got it for $30,000 on sale. Number one, nobody gets a finance car on sale. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. Why are they saying that? Because they can't hear you. Why are they saying $30,000? You didn't pay tax on that car? Why are you saying $30,000? You had to pay tax. Tax evasion is illegal. They can't hear you. Anybody that finances a car, they're financing the taxes too. Why are you saying you got it on $30,000? How long was the car? 60 months, 84 months? You didn't get it for $30,000. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. You can't say that to them. They won't understand what you're saying. They'll get mad at you. Even if you said, hey, I did the math and you didn't get it for $30,000. They would say, who are you? Who are you? You can't say anything. This is what you do when somebody, because now, okay, also when they roll up to the job, guess what they've just done? They've handcuffed themselves to the car, to the bank, and their job for the next 84 months and don't even know it. Don't even know it. Their boss is looking at them like, oh, yeah, I own you for the next 6 years. Guaranteed. You got to make those car payments. I own you. See what I'm saying? You gotta have a plan, DJ. You gotta have a plan, okay? You gotta have a plan. The scout, what's going on? Man, haven't seen you in a minute, man. What's up, man? LJ, I see you still throwing those gems. Hope they can see through the matrix. I'm trying to help them. But man, it's glad to hear from you, man. I ain't heard from you in a minute. Man, you need to give me an update. Okay, I need an update. Reigning Woman says, right, because they can invest or build a business or something to grow their wealth. Yes. Anybody can, but you got to have real money. Now, here's another one. This is how I look at collectively. I want you guys to now follow me closely. Follow me closely. Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt. And if you're investing in the stock market or a CD or whatever, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't anything. If you're investing in anything outside of yourself, I want you to see something, okay? Add up all your savings. Add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest in anything outside yourself. Yes, including your mortgage. Yes, including your student loans. Yes, including collections. Yes, including back child support. Everything, every penny counts. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have to invest. Let's just say the stock market. If your finances are in the negative, you literally have no money. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, but I did invest into the stock market and it's earning interest because you can physically see it. I get it. Oh man, it's doing this, that, whatever, right? But if you don't have any money, that means you literally have to borrow the money. And guess who you're borrowing the money from? The bank. People that are in the debt matrix, that are in the negative, whom believe that they're investing in the stock market, they're indirectly investing for the bank. The bank cannot lose because you know why? They borrow the money, whether they know this or not, doesn't matter. They borrow the money and invest. Now, if the money grows, the bank continues to make money. But if they invest and they lose, guess what? The person that borrowed the money still owes the bank. The bank doesn't lose. Did you follow the math? Because it's real. DJ C-Dub says, I mismanage a lot of money by paying car note, car note and motorcycle note and just wasting a lot of money. I guess I'm living above my means. I work in the healthcare field and most of that is not OT. Yeah, you are. You're a slave to the car. You're a slave to the motorcycle now, and you're a slave to your job because you have to pay for those things. You're a slave. And don't even take, when I say slave, I don't want you to, please don't take it wrong, you guys, because slaves enslave themselves. The minute you finance a car, you're a slave to the car and your job. The minute you finance a motorcycle, you're a slave to the motorcycle and you're a slave to your job. You don't want to be a slave? Don't finance things and you'll never be a slave. Look how simple I'm making this. And doesn't this sound so simple? It really is that simple. People in debt are being done so wrong. Every time you finance something, you're financing the taxes too. You're financing the item because you don't have the money for the item. That's why you're in debt. Not you, DJ C-Dub. I'm just saying in general. When I answer questions, I'm answering everybody. Juan says, you can't get rich working a job until you're debt free with no payments besides utilities. You can't get rich working a job until you're debt free with no payments besides utilities. Exactly. You could be rich with a regular job, but you got to be out of debt. And that version, when you say pay close attention to this, when it comes to words and money, you must understand the word you're using. You must define that word. Rich. When somebody says somebody's rich, or they call it, what does rich mean to that person? If somebody's in debt and they're calling themselves rich, why are they calling themselves rich? That doesn't make any sense. What? You have a car payment? Yeah, then you're not rich. Rich people don't have car payments. Why would rich people don't finance things that go down in value? Rich people with money don't finance things that go down in value. That doesn't even make any mathematical sense whatsoever. People have student loans that are older than their children, giving financial advice. People have student loans older than their grandchildren, giving financial advice. Accountants are in debt. Does that make sense to you? How in the world could an accountant be personally in debt? They go to school, college educated, to learn how to balance books, but they don't balance their own books. That's why a person's job title doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Doctor, lawyer, pharmacist, accountant, brain surgeon, doesn't matter. Don't assume that just because their job title is what there is, that they know something. You think tax people that do your taxes, you don't think they're in tax trouble? That's not true. That's not true. Mazda 5 says, Linnell, I just purchased the AT&T plan, $300 for 8 gigs, unlimited talk, next 12-month plan. Congratulations. Congratulations. Who'd you go through, Mazda 5? Who'd you go through? That is awesome. Congratulations. Mine is, what did I pay for mine? $240? What is that? What is 20 times 12? That's about $240, right? Let me see. 20 times 12. Yeah, $240. I pay $240 a year. $240 a year. So that is awesome. Here is, just in case, and I want to thank you everybody that has purchased my t-shirts. I always forget to give the shout out. Thank you for purchasing my t-shirts. I appreciate all the donations. Here's my Cash App. Thank you everybody that donates. Keep putting those notes in there of what I've done to help change your life. That's much appreciated, man. That's what keeps me going. Here's my PayPal. Same thing. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. The crazy thing is this. Once I got out of debt, I didn't know this was going to be boring. Okay. I didn't know once you get out of debt, you see everything. But to hear, this is very hard to describe, but to hear a total stranger tell me that I've changed their life in some way, I wasn't prepared to hear that's something that the everyday average person doesn't hear. I never heard that through my life. Hey, man, Linnell, you changed my life forever. I wasn't not saying I was doing something to do it, but I don't really think about it. You know what I'm saying? You hear it when you see stars on TV and people come up to the star and say, hey, man, I follow you, man. You changed my life. Yeah, you see it on the TV screen. You're like, oh, okay, well, because he's a star. No, you can change somebody's life and you don't even have to be a star. And they'll tell you, because people don't accidentally come up to people and say, hey, you changed my life. That doesn't accidentally happen ever. That never happens. People must feel it and mean it when they tell you. So thank you, you guys all. Thank you, everyone. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if Quentin's in here, but I actually met for the first time a follower, a subscriber. We met up, had coffee yesterday. It was an awesome interaction. It was just cool to meet somebody and so they tell me face to face of what I've done, what I've done for them. And this is the commonality between everybody and everything that comes out of the debt matrix. They say, this is what they say all the time. Man, I knew something was wrong. I tried to talk to my family and friends. Nobody understood what I was saying. They made me sound like I was crazy, stingy. No, you're not wrong. They're just in the debt matrix. They don't understand a word you're saying. I do. That's why I'm here. See what I'm saying? So. Gabriel says, debt-free is great for your soul. Oh, yeah. There is nothing in the world like debt-free freedom. Let me give you guys a brief feeling. I can make if you're in debt in this room, I'm gonna give you the best way I can show you what it feels like to be financially free. Okay. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt, Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now, everybody knows this number. What amount of money would take to pay off every single debt you have? Yes, including your mortgage, student loans, everything, right? And what if somebody came and wrote a check and paid off every single debt you owed in this world? How would that make you feel? How would you feel? Would that be a relief? Would you feel like you can do anything in the world now? Do you feel like nobody can stop you? You don't have to be locked to a state, city. You can just up and leave. Guess what? That's what it feels like to have a net worth of zero. Zero. If somebody wrote you a check for every single one of your debts, your net worth is now zero. Not a million, not a billion, not a trillion, zero. Now, if you go to zero, if you get to zero and you tell somebody in the debt matrix, hey, check it out, man, my net worth is zero, they're going to think you're saying that you're broke. They can't hear you. Hey, man, I've just paid off all my debt. Now my net worth is zero. They'll say, what? Why are you telling everybody that you're broke? They don't know you're not broke. They don't know that they are broke. They don't know that. They can't hear you. Willie says, the only problem I have with being debt-free is shopping too much. I need to get disciplined in that area. You know what? If you're debt-free and you're shopping, you're shopping with real money. So I guarantee you, once you get out of debt, there's nothing in the world, there's nothing that you're going to buy that's ever going to put you back in debt. It's never going to do that, ever. Nothing. I will not say, hey, man, this brand new car, I want it so bad that I'm going to go in debt for it. That will never happen, ever. That will never happen, ever. Ever. E-Man says, I got tired of financing things when I realized the lender pick and choose what interest rate to give you. Yes. E-Man, they know. Okay, check this out, you guys. Listen, if you're new to my channel, there's going to be a tough pill to swallow, okay? Listen closely. It doesn't take 8 hours to buy one car. What if I told you they only do that to people in debt? It doesn't take 8 hours to buy one car. If you walked on a car lot with cash and you said, hey, car dealer or car salesman, I want that car. He takes your money and says, have a seat. It's going to take us 8 hours to drive that car up front for you to drive off. Would you sit there for 8 hours? Then why would you sit there for 8 hours to get financing? Because they know only people in the debt matrix would ever waste their time in their life for 8 hours. The time in your life, the money the only thing on earth that you can't get more of, you're going to waste it for that depreciating object, that shiny, good smelling, whatever. Only people in the debt matrix would ever do such a thing. I would never waste the time in my life, 8 hours to buy one car. Never, ever, ever. And I did it. Today, oh my God, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was in the debt matrix. Never do that. You guys want to join? There's the link. Anytime, you guys can join at any time. Please don't think you're going to interrupt me, okay? I just got that the scout threw you an email a few minutes ago. Okay, it came across my phone. I saw it. I can't wait to read it. That brother right there, man, as soon as we got on the phone, instantly knew we spoke the language. Instantly. This is a debt-free language. Let me tell you guys something. Debt-free language cannot be faked. I'm going to tell you how I know it cannot be faked. This is why it can't. If people in debt don't believe you can be debt-free, so they can't mimic something that they don't even know that exists. People in debt have no idea the language of debt-free even exists. They have no clue. It's impossible for them to even know it exists because they're in debt. It's mathematically impossible for them to see it or even hear it. DJ C-Dub says, I wish I knew all of this information years ago. I wish someone would have broke it down to me. That's how rare it is. Don't worry about shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know now. Okay, don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the past. Uh-oh. All right, let me bring him on. Gabe. Hello? Can you hear me? Gabe, I can't hear you if you can hear me. Are you there? Okay, jumped off. All right. Don't worry about woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know now. If you get free, you will be free for the rest of your life. You will carry this information down to your children. It will be generational. And remember this, none of that is guaranteed. Remember, you're fighting against social media. You're fighting against reality TV, where you look on TV and it looks like everybody's rich. And if you listen to reality TVs real close, just listen real close. If they mention car payments, if they mention mortgage payments, you got to ask yourself, if you're so rich, why are you making car payments? If you're so rich, why do you have a mortgage? Rich people don't rent money. That's why they have money, because they don't rent it. That's why they have it. Okay? And I'm only talking personal debt. Don't mix up. I believe in debt on a business side. Don't people in these forums and channels, they be mixing business debt and personal debts. They be swapping back and forth, and people in debt, they don't know that they're doing it. All right. I'm all for business debt. Don't get me wrong. Personal debt, I don't believe in. Okay. AT&T. I'm with AT&T as well. Rainy Woman says, thank you for allowing us to ask questions. This is for you guys. I want S&D family. This is bigger than me, you guys. I want you guys. This is bigger than me. I'm just the talking person. Okay. I don't own mathematics. Math was here before I was born. Math will be here after I'm dead. And math is timeless. It doesn't matter the age you are. Nobody, if I stood up on a stage and I said, hey, 5 plus 5 is 10. Nobody in the audience is going to say, hey, he's only saying that because he's 50. He only knows 5 plus 5 is 10 because he's 50. That would be, everybody in the audience would look at him like, are you crazy? What's wrong? Because it's timeless. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. Discord server. Thank you, Hyphy. You guys need to join, man. Join up to the Discord server. Hyphy set that up. Much appreciated, Hyphy. Very smart, intelligent brother. Rainy Woman says, people will never forget how you make them feel or the difference you make in their lives. That is true. You guys have no idea how it makes me feel inside knowing that I'm changing a person's life forever. Forever. Dave Ramsey showed me the way. He don't know personally that he showed me the way, because I didn't need to buy any Dave's programs. I didn't need to do anything. I just watched his videos. And you know what Dave said? And I'm not quoting him. Apply mathematics to your finances and you'll win with money. I looked at that. I was like, that can't be true. It can't be that simple. It was that simple. Get out of debt and your job will no longer own you. If you hate your job, listen, this is another hard pill to swallow. If you hate your job, that's because you're in debt. Because if you were people that are not in debt, that have money, we don't work at jobs we hate. We don't do that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would I get up in the morning, get dressed, deal with traffic to go to a place that I hate? I don't do that. If I have to have a job, I'm gonna work where I want to work, a place where I like to work, not a job I hate. That never happens. And if you're at a job where your boss or your coworkers talk to you rude, you will never allow that again, ever. Ever. I don't care if it's your boss, your manager, you will never allow that. This is a place of business. If they come in, if your manager or boss comes into work and they got an attitude, if you're financially free, first of all, you're working at this job because you want to work at it. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if they came in with an attitude and they take it out on you, guess what I would do? Hey, can I schedule a meeting with you? Yeah, okay. Because I'll be professional. Don't get me wrong. We'll get in a meeting. I say, hey, I don't like the way you was talking to me. Please don't do that again. Now, people think I'm joking when I say that. I'm not. Because I'm there because I want to be there, not because I have to be there. You don't take stuff like that. You no longer work for free. You no longer be a team. I mean, you be a team player, but the majority of working places, team player means work for free. I don't work for free. Hey, you're a team player, work through lunch. I'm not working through lunch. I'm not a slave. What are you talking about? Are you asking me to work for free? I'm not working for free. What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? If you're begging for overtime, you're telling your employer that you're in debt. How do I know this? You're begging for overtime. Gabriel says the plan to have financial freedom is to 1, have a retirement fund, 2, have a savings account, 3, stay out of debt, be a minimalist, invest. True. You stay out of debt, you'll be rich. Just I mean, don't think about it this way, okay? Follow me closely, okay? Again, I think I only can think about money collectively now. Now, if 85% of Americans are in debt, what's the percentage of those people that are investing in the stock market, giving stock market advice? What's the percentage of those people that are investing in the stock market with money that doesn't even exist? What do you think the percentage is? It's got to be high. It's got to be high. Now, imagine the percentage of people that are investing in the stock market with real money. When I say real money, people whom are not in debt. Your whole life changes. Debt, people in debt have a pattern. They don't know they have a pattern. They make debt moves. They make decisions based on debt. Debt controls people's emotional decisions. It does. Juan says, save 6 months of expenses or pay your bills early up to 6 months. When you're getting out of debt, that is most definitely the plan. Once you're out of debt, you don't even worry about those kind of you don't worry about 6 month savings, a year savings. You don't even think like that anymore. That's just when you're getting out of debt. Once you're out of debt, you always have money. You don't worry about expenses. You don't am I going to be able to, what if I don't have a job for 6 months? You don't even worry about that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. Cosmic Wisdom says, question, how does savings minus debt differ from net worth? It doesn't. It's the same thing. Cosmic Wisdom, you know that. I simplify it easier because this is you got to remember, Cosmic Wisdom, when you're out of debt, you don't think like that. When you hear net worth, when I was in debt and I hear net worth, I thought net worth only means to people that are rich. Why am I going to worry about net worth? I'm not rich. Net worth doesn't have anything to do with rich. Nothing. I didn't know that. But savings minus debt is a mathematical equation that's undeniable. You can't argue with a savings minus debt. You just can't. You can't argue with that. You'd be like, hey, savings minus debt equals this. What you going to look at and say, oh, I'm mad at that? Is the answer right? Yeah. Then why are you mad at it? Doesn't make any sense, right? That's like being mad that 1 + 1 = 2. Oh man, or say like this: 5 minus 10 minus 5 = 5. Oh, I'm mad that it equals 5. No, it doesn't make any sense. So you know that, Cosmic Wisdom, what net worth means, but I've come to the realization that many people in debt really don't know the definition of net worth, tax brackets, all that kind of stuff. They don't know. NC Briggs says, I told to stop shoes and pay off his car. He wants to be a boxer. So his reply was, millionaires worry about saving money. They worried about making money. You got to rewrite that, NC Briggs. I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. I told a friend that. Oh, okay. I told a friend. I told to stop shoes. Okay, rewrite that, man. I know that's a typo. Okay, you guys want to join the session anytime, okay? Don't think you're going to interrupt me. Juan says, financing is like the red lady in the Matrix. Is there a red lady? I haven't seen the movie in a long time. I got to rewatch it. I'm glad you brought up the Matrix. This is what it's like. You remember in the Matrix where Neo is dishing the bullets really slow? They're doing, and dude can't shoot him, right? That's how people in the debt matrix are to me. When they give me financial advice, as soon as they open their mouth, they say things that don't make mathematical sense, and they don't know they're saying that they don't know they're saying things that don't make mathematical sense, right? So when they're trying to give financial advice, that's how it feels when I already know what you're about to say. That's not right. You should do this with money, and no, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. I can prove it. That's how I feel. I feel like Neo in the debt matrix when people come at me with financial stuff and it doesn't make mathematical sense. I say, hey, that according to math, that's not real. That's not true. Hyphy says, yesterday I went to the dealership to purchase a filter. I couldn't even hop out of my truck before I was solicited to trade it in. Told that peasant to go about his way. I don't finance anything. I bet you did say that, Ivy. I bet you did say that. Told that peasant. Gabriel says, damn, I don't know what's going on. What you mean? What do you mean by that, Gabriel? Rainy Woman says, facts, facts. Cosmic Wisdom says, I was asking for the shy folks in the room. And yes, net worth applies to everyone. So we all need to know and track that number. Okay. So Cosmic Wisdom was talking to all of you guys. Okay. But I'm saying like this, I know from experience when I was in debt, whenever I heard net worth, I didn't think it applied to me because I thought net worth only meant it applied to people who were rich, who had money. Now I know that I'm outside the debt matrix. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Net worth is applied to everybody. All you have to, if you want to be financially free, find out your net worth and believe it. So here's the hard part. Here's the glitch in the debt matrix. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. That's going to be a large negative number. How do I know this? Because 85% of Americans are in debt. I already know the large negative number because of student loan debt, credit card debt, cell phone debt, blah, 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 whatever, right? When you see that large negative number, here's the critical point. Now you have to believe the number. You have to look at that large negative number, say, oh my God, that's how much my net worth is. As soon as you believe it, you will be free. No problem, NC Briggs. I kind of figure, that's cool. What's up, Mez? Hello. Welcome again. Appreciate you coming back. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you. SMD family. My website scrolling along the bottom. Schedule your free 30-minute consultation. Please do not forget to specify your time zone. Okay? Please. And if you're thinking, am I ready to see LJ? You are. If you're in debt, you're ready to see me. You don't have to prepare yourself anything. You don't have to gather credit reports. We just get on the phone and we speak. That's it. That's it. Juan says, I'm thinking about buying a semi truck, becoming a owner operator, working a 9-to-5 limits your earning. True. And I say like this, Juan, are you going to love being a semi truck owner operator? Is this something that you're going to love, or are you just doing it for the money? Okay, that's a big difference, all right? Juan says potential. What is he saying? Almal says, yeah. There was a lady in a red dress. Remember when Morpheus told Neo to look at her, and then Neo looked away and looked back, and it was an agent with a gun in his face. I got to relook, man. The original Matrix came out in 1999, but check this out. If you guys want to do this, go back and watch the original Matrix movie and substitute everything as the debt matrix. Instead of calling it the Matrix, call it the debt matrix. And look at Agent, the Agent X or whatever his name is that was coming after Neo. Look at him as the banks. They don't want you to leave the debt matrix. They don't want you to leave the debt matrix. Now, the only difference is between that. I imagine myself as Neo. There is no Agent X chasing me. Okay, there's nobody chasing me. When you get out of debt matrix, there's plenty of room for everybody. There's plenty of room for everybody. Now, when I step in the debt matrix to help others out, Agent X, look at them as people that absolutely refuse to believe in mathematics. So then those people attack me, say, hey, that's not true. Well, even though you can prove it to them, everything, they still don't care because you're disrupting what they believe in and what they probably believed in all of their lives. Okay. Almal says this was when Neo first awakened. Oh, and they were in the simulator. Oh man, I gotta go back. I'm gonna watch the movie today, Almal. That was one of my favorite movies. And you know what's so crazy, Almal? When I watched that movie back in 1999, I used to think to myself, what if that was real? That's exactly what I said to myself. What if that was real? It is real. Somebody that is aware wrote that movie. The matrix is real, but in my world, it's the debt matrix. Not even my world. The real world is the debt matrix. People are plugged in. This is what I want. This is what I want you guys to also do. This is what I want you to do. When you go somewhere in public, into a crowded place, don't pull out your cell phone. I just want you to observe. Observe everybody in the room, everybody in the wherever you're at. I want you to see them all like this. Don't take out your phone. Put it away and just observe. They're all plugged in. They're all plugged in. I do that all the time. I'll go to a crowded place. I won't even pull out my cell phone. I'll just look. Everybody's plugged in. They got this on lock. And when I say they, it's really no they. You can get out all that. You don't have to be involved in any of that. You don't have to be involved in any of that. The best kind of slave to have is a slave that don't know they're a slave. That's the best kind of slave to have. It's so funny when I mention slaves on my channel or my webpage, people think I'm talking about black slaves or, just because I'm black, they think I'm associating with. No, debt is the colorblind slave master. It doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care your political stance. It doesn't care your religion. It doesn't care where you live. All it sees is green. It doesn't care if you're black, white, Chinese, short, tall, gay, straight. All it sees is green. As soon as you get out of the debt matrix, you will clearly see that this is clear. This is totally clear. And also, when you get out of the debt matrix, you will clearly see there are rules. There is a hierarchy. There are rules. And the rules say there's plenty of room for everybody. There is plenty of room for everybody. But there's rules you got to follow. There's no reason to be greedy. There's absolutely no reason to be greedy. No reason. No reason at all. If you take the time and stop being scared of taxes and scared of the tax man and all this stuff, if you just follow the tax rules, you won't have to worry about tax man, tax audited. Why would they already know what you're doing? If they're auditing you, you're doing something wrong. They're not going to audit somebody that's doing their taxes right. That's a waste of time. Why would they waste their resources? They got millions of people to keep track of. And if you're following the rules, it'll be clear. Why would they waste their time and say, hey, we come to audit you. Oh yeah, we knew that you were following the rules, but we just come to double check. That doesn't even make sense. If they're knocking on your door, you did something wrong. And you can tell. Let me explain something to you people in debt. It's clear when people are cheating on their taxes and if they accidentally messed up. It's clear. You can tell people in debt have a pattern. They don't know they have a pattern. They don't know. People in debt believe if they cheat on taxes, they believe they're the only ones doing it. No. Millions of people believe that taxes are the very reason that's keeping them in debt. So if they believe that, they're going to start cheating. And when they start cheating, they let you bury yourself about 2 or 3 years. And then when they come knock on the door, you can't even do anything about it because you don't even know what you did. Almal says, yes, it is. I've noticed it more once I started traveling outside the country frequently. What have you? Oh, wait a minute. You've noticed what? I'm sorry, Almal. What have you noticed? Here's the link if you want to jump on the session, you guys. We're going on 2 hours. I want to get more people interacting because yesterday's went very well. That was like 3.5 hours. I don't really record 3.5 hours a day, but it was wonderful, right? And so audience participation is good, is key. So click the link. You don't have to get on camera. You can just use your voice. You jump on, click the camera off, and jump on, okay? Cosmic Wisdom says, FYI, The Matrix was based on a book written by Sophia Stewart, a Black woman. Nice. Nice. I bet you by that movie, she's a very aware woman. That is awareness. And if you guys don't know what awareness, that's a whole different level. I would suggest going to Best Version Motivations channel. He talks more deeper about awareness, laws of the universe, stuff like that, because all that is real. I don't talk about that because if people are in debt and they don't know they're in debt, that's a whole different level of speaking to somebody. If the majority of people don't even know basic mathematics and you try to say, hey, there's the laws of the universe and blah, 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 they're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about, crazy person? I don't feel like even deal with that. Because when people come to me and say things like that, they go, hey, what do you mean by that? I go, I'll just do something like this. I'll point at the sun, right? And I'll say, how does that sun know to sit right there, not too close to burn us up, just far enough away, and it sits right there not to kill us? How does that happen? Who put it there? You know what I'm saying? How do we know to see and breathe and touch? You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different thing. But anyway, I'm not getting Anyway, any other questions? Personal financial questions? Always. Almal says, yeah, she said she didn't know they stole her idea until she was in the movie theater watching it. Oh man, somebody stole her movie? I did not know that. God, that's just See, that's called greed. Only people that are greedy do such things. How are you going to steal something from another person? Greed. It's greed. Here's stuff like that, and I got to read about it. Yeah, she won her lawsuit, Cosmic Wisdom says. Man, like in 2019. That's messed up. That is so messed up. Any other questions, you guys? We're going on 2 hours. Q&A Sundays is for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to like. Let me see. Did I put up my t-shirts? Here's my t-shirts. If you want to buy a Savings Minus Debt t-shirt, go to my website and look under products. There you go. Please don't forget to subscribe. And by the way, if you go to my website, this is the person that built my website. Very close friend, who is financially free, who is debt free. He's very good at what he does. His name is Ben. And tell him I sent you. Say, if you want a website built, see the way it looks on the computer, see the way it looks on the phone. He did all that for me. Okay. So if you want a website built, go to this guy. Tell him I sent you. Okay. Tell him I sent you. Hit that like button. If you want to share, this is all you got to share. Google #SavingsMinusDebt. Say, hey, man, I came across this financial guy. He talks about money this way, blah, blah, blah. Just say Google #SavingsMinusDebt. You will find him. They're going to say, what? How do you do? He's going to be the only person that's going to pop up. That's how you know. Okay. There's my Cash App again. Thank you. And thank you. Much appreciated. Okay. PayPal. Willie says nothing but greed. It's just greed. Once you get out of the debt matrix, people that are greedy, scammers, all that stuff, you can see them a mile away. I can see financial scammers a mile away. Financial scammers are aimed at people who are in debt because all they got to do is believe. They got to make people believe that their scam is real. Financial scams don't make financial sense. That's how you notice a financial scam. They're easy to spot. And usually financial scammers, all you got to do is look at their personal credit report. It will reflect how they respect money. If they don't respect their own money, they're definitely not going to respect your money. So that's how they know they're a thief and a scam. I can't stand thieves. I can't stand them. They're going to steal from somebody that's working hard. They're scams. They're easy to spot. When you get financially free, nobody will ever be able to financially scam you ever. How do I know this? You look at their personal credit report. A scammer's personal credit report will reflect if they're a scammer or not. It's that simple. Oh, yeah, you can do this and you can be rich. All you got to do is let me see your personal credit report and I believe you. That's all I say. People come at me all the time with some deals now in the email. They email me, hey, I'm doing this, so you need to participate in that. I could, hey, let me see your personal credit report. They always do the same thing. And then they'll send me back their credit score. See, my credit score is this, and I got to email them back. No, not your credit score, your entire credit report. And then I don't hear from them anymore. That's how I know. They vanish. They vanish like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Amal says, yeah, she wrote the book about the Matrix and they stole it and turned it into a movie. And I was talking about us being in the Matrix. Yeah, I used to be there. Once you get out of the debt matrix, once you do what it takes, once you decide you don't want to be a slave, you don't want to be a slave. Everybody has a price for their slave papers. You want your slave papers? Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the cost of your slave papers. That's your cost. Whatever that number is, whatever. If that number's in the negative, you're a slave. You wanted some other advice here? Check this out. Take away everything in your life right now that has your name on it and the bank's name on it. Remove everything that has anybody's name on it except just yours. If it's yours in the bank, remove it from your life. What do you have left? Whatever you have left, that's what you own in your life. So if you have a mortgage, pretend you don't have the house anymore. If you have a car payment, pretend that car ain't in the driveway. If you're making payments on your furniture, washer and dryer, remove all that stuff from your house. Whatever's left is what you own. If you don't have the house, you might as well just remove everything in it because you don't even live there anymore, right? That's true. Any other questions? Any other personal finance questions? And participate anytime. Anytime. Hyphy says, we can do a show just on some of the times we've been solicited with business proposals. Oh, you know what, Hyphy? We should do that, man. We should really, really do that because this is the best way I can say it, okay, you guys? If you're in debt, they are doing you so dirty. There's some people out there that they're taking financial advantage of you. And I'm not, now listen, how I feel about these type of people is 100% irrelevant. If whatever they're doing is legal, it's legal. Okay? I'm not saying anybody that's ripping people off that's doing it illegally. I'm saying if they're doing it legal, because there's absolutely no reason to rip off anybody. If the majority of people don't understand math, you don't have to cheat and lie, steal from people. You don't have to do that. There are people walking around calling student loans forever loans. What does that tell you? They're saying anybody that says a student loan is a forever loan out loud, you know what they're saying? They're admitting that they're going to be a slave until they're dead. Why do you need to cheat? You don't need to cheat a slave. They're a slave. They don't know. They can't hear you. They don't know they're paying for the invisible chains on their ankles and wrists themselves. They don't know that. They don't know. Ivy says, that was hella cool of DTN to come on yesterday and lay it all out there. Must respect to DTN. You know why? Because DTN trusts me. Me and DTN and I have been talking for like 2 years. He found me in the early days. All right, you guys, it's getting kind of quiet. Are we going to wrap it up here? Everybody's got their fill today. This is Sundays is for you guys. I'm just talking to fill time, but Q&A Sundays is for you. If you're new to my channel, please don't hesitate. You don't have to be quiet. Nobody here is going to speak rude to you. Nobody's going to make you feel dumb. Nobody's going to make you feel like you should have known something. Only people in the debt matrix make you feel like that. There's absolutely no reason for that. I will never tell you to do anything illegal. I will never tell you to do it. There's absolutely no reason to cheat on your taxes, to scam people. There's no reason. There's plenty of money for everybody. There is. You just got to get out of debt. You can't just earn a lot of money and not even speak the language. You got to learn how to speak the language of debt free. How do you do that? You must get out of debt. NC Briggs, welcome, sir. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Sorry, I don't have my headphones today, so
Okay.
Excuse the echo if you hear it.
No echo's coming back, so it's good.
Well, you know, I was gonna tell basically the story I had that I was telling you about my about what might happen with my cell phone. You know, maybe somebody else might be able to relate on that cell phone.
Yeah, do that. Thank you for doing that, too. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So basically, I had a friend for about, and I didn't want to write all this in the Discord, but I had a friend that had some problems with his wife or whatever, and I felt kind of bad for him. He was, about to lose his, his cell phone had gotten cut off and everything, and I was like, man, well, you can get on my plan. Mm-hmm. I get a discount, for the company I work for. And then so I said, hey, so can you I said, you pay, you can just pay your little part. And I told him, it's like $50 or something, plus, of course, we're going to talk probably $35 extra for the financing of the phone, financing the phone. So he gets the phone and everything, and he's not paying every month, of course. And I was pretty upset about it, but then, and this went on for 2 years. So I'm going to tell you, it's partly your fault why I got rid of him. Don't blame you. Blame you. No, I'm going to blame you for that.
You can use me. Go ahead and use me. You can tell him I did it personally.
So he had told me one Christmas, this was 2000, this was 2000, I'm going to say 2018, that, he had to pay for his kids, for Christmas and stuff. So he won't go have the money to pay his side of the rent, his side of the, not rent, but cell phone bill. And I was like, well, what about my kids? And what about my stuff?
Right.
I'm like, so whatever. I paid it, and I ate that bill. And then
you paid his bill?
Huh?
You paid his bill?
Yeah, I paid his part,
Okay.
And a lot of times when I would pay his part, the next month he would say, well, I'm only paying my portion. But I'm like, but wait. Yeah, it's like, hold on, I'm paying your I paid your portion last month too, and so he would pay it, and then, we would have to do this every couple of months. So then, the craziest thing happened is that he added his wife after fixing things with his wife. He had his wife to the front plan, financed his wife
on your
wife phone, and then upgraded his phone. So now, and don't forget, he got a tablet too. So now he got a tablet, financed his tablet, financed his, because they gave a deal, at the store for the iPhone and the tablet combo. So he took that deal, and then when he called, and the thing is, the only reason why he had called me and told me, oh, I'm gonna add my wife like at the store. And I was like, but you don't pay your bill that much already, so I can't be paying your bill. He's like, no, I got it, man. My wife got a new job, everything's gonna work. I'm like, he kind of caught me off guard. He knew I was at work, so so I was like, okay, as long as y'all pay your bill. So
even though he's been showing you that he doesn't pay his bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead. I just want to make sure I was clear. Make sure I heard everything, man. Okay,
you clear. Totally crystal clear. So I was like, look, I was like, look, man, can you, so what was final straw is that his son's birthday was coming up. I think, excuse me, people are sending me messages. final straw was his son's birthday was coming up, and he wanted to get his son a phone. And I was like, not on my plan. He's not gonna put. He's like, no, I'm gonna get it on Sprint, a Spectrum or whatever, or whatever. I was like, okay, so why are you telling me? He's like, oh well, I want to finance a new phone. So he finances a new phone, and I end up getting stuck with. So then comes Christmas again. Here we go again with the Christmas, and he doesn't pay his bill. It's my fault, man. It's my fault. It's totally my fault. I take all of the L on this one, but because of my negligence on dealing with him earlier. But he took advantage of the fact that I had some tragedies in my life, and I had some things going on. So he took advantage. Sorry, the noise. I had some tragedies in my life, and he took advantage of the situation, that knowing that I had those tragedies, and it kind of sucked.
When I listen to your story, man, the first thing I hear when you first began with the story, and I'm gonna tell you where you messed up right away.
Financing?
No, I felt bad. There go that feeling word again. I felt bad about his situation.
Oh, yeah.
Math and money are one. The only thing that separate math from money are feelings. You felt bad. You know what I would have said? Hey, man, can I get in your self plan? No. No, you can't. Why not? Because I said so. There is no reason. I'm not going to give you a reason. The answer is no. You're a grown adult. Figure it out. Check it out. If a person's coming to you and they can't even get, and they're a grown adult and they can't even get on their own phone plan, that should tell you right there that their finances are messed up.
Now, just so you know, I'm a single man. I got three kids I take care of, and one outside the home. Now you do that combo, right? With three kids. He's got 5 kids. His wife makes probably $80,000 a year, and he makes easily somewhere between the 40s. So they're making almost $100,000 a year, and he can't pay a cell phone plan. Yes. It was. I had to kick him off. Like so just for I did kick him off. At the end of the story, I kicked him off, and he's gone.
Okay. All right. Good. I almost had a heart attack, man. I almost had a heart attack. NC Briggs, don't feel bad that you did it. It's important that you feel things like that. I guarantee you will never do that again for anybody, will you?
No, not at all. Like I've done some other stuff. Like I've done some dumb stuff in the past, but I didn't. I co-signed for somebody and I didn't have a car, so I didn't take any L's there. Thank goodness that person had that, right. And when they knew they couldn't pay for the car anymore, they said, well, let me just turn it back and sell and pay the difference loss. And that's what they did. So that was fine with me. I mean, my name won't on it anymore, and I helped their credit. So, I didn't have no problem with that. But this guy took advantage of me so bad, man. So bad.
Of course he did. And you never ever. I won't even co-sign for my children. I wouldn't co-sign for anybody. Nobody. And if say like you're an adult and your kid wants to go to college and you feel bad about not saving money for college, this is what I would do, regardless if I had the money or not. I would have my kids get student loans, right? And if they do good, I'll pay the student loans off. But if they go to school, decide they don't want to go to school, or they decide that they're gonna take the money and do whatever, it's all on them. Okay, hey, you don't want to get good grades, you want to take as much money as you wish. Okay, it's all on you. See you later.
Exactly.
Never co-sign for anybody ever.
I would recommend not even just not co-signing, not helping people finance for phones or anything, because you can't get that phone back. You're not gonna be able to get it back from them. They're not gonna give it back to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically, I felt like I paid for his phones, his wife's, his, and everything, and they good. Yeah, and, I had to pick that up. Huh?
They're good. And again, anybody financing a cell phone should tell you a lot. People with money don't finance cell phones ever.
See, that's the funny thing about it. I still have my phone from when I started, my job. I still have my phone. If I need another phone, I'll just pay the $150 for the insurance, and if it gets broken or something, and then that's it. So
You got insurance on a cell phone?
Yeah, I'm really bad about that. I need to stop that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, it's okay. Okay, listen, man. It's okay for you to say that in this room, NC Briggs. Okay, it's okay to say you got phone insurance. Here is the safe zone. This is the safe zone. But don't when we hang this phone up, don't you ever say that out loud to anybody at your job. Don't say it to anybody or in public that you got cell phone insurance. Don't ever say that. Don't ever.
Is it bad to have cell phones?
It's very bad. Mostly people that finance cell phones have cell phone insurance. Don't ever do that. Ever do that. Ever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I just used it so that I wouldn't have to buy a new phone, and it would be cheaper to buy $100, but it was like $100 for a phone.
There's deductibles on cell phone plans. They're deductibles.
Yeah. So I should just buy.
What if you go 2 years without? What if you go 2 years paying phone insurance, never breaking your phone once? Where does all that money go? Where's it go?
It goes into the air. Into the matrix.
It goes into the matrix. You just participated in the debt matrix. It's okay. It's okay that you're there. You're waking up. All right. You're like, hey, wait a minute. Cell phone insurance ain't doing anything. No, it's not, NC Briggs. It's not.
because I feel like I need it. I'm like because I don't want to pay $800 for a phone. Like I'm just like I don't want to pay. So I'm sitting there like
I would never pay $800 for a phone. I don't do that. I just go to Amazon, buy the refurbished phone that I want, and pay the real price for the phone.
Yeah, that's and thank you again for that advice on the phone plans, because I'm definitely going to be getting a new phone plan probably by next month.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I don't know how Straight Talk is versus huh?
No, they're fine. All those companies, they're fine. This is what those companies do. They go to the big companies and buy a whole bunch of time and data, whatever they do, and then they just resell it. You still use AT&T, you still use Verizon, you still use Sprint, you still use T-Mobile. It's totally up to you. It's no different.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm clocking out of my job right now. I told you I work like crazy, so.
Yes, I know. Yeah, we're gonna change all that. We're gonna change all that. All that. No more of that. That ain't life.
Because I'm working like. Well, I might keep it going for a little while longer after I get out, because I want to stack cash. But after that, I might stop.
Well, see, that's a different reason. Once you're out of debt and you're working all those hours and your money's stacking, that's totally different. I get it. You're not begging for overtime. You're there to stack your money, not to pay bills.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That story. Now I'm just gonna tell y'all. Just telling you right now. Like that story. That's just ended like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So that's the story. But it's your fault though, because I told you. I was trying to figure out ways to cut expenses, and I was like, after talking to you and listening to you, I was like, man, I can't keep this guy on my phone plan.
You can't.
He gotta go.
He's burying you. He was burying you. And he's gonna call you and tell you that he's gonna finance a new phone under your account. Oh hell no, it won't be none of that. Mm-mm.
Oh, don't forget that he told me his wife was really upset when he had to get off, because they paid $600. They paid $600 to get off of my plan. He was like, his wife was upset about me.
Upset they had to pay their own bills. They mad at you. That don't even make any sense.
They mad because I told them they had to go. Because see, they paid $100, and that was like for like November, but it's still December and January, and so now I gotta pay all theirs and mine, like the remainder. I said, well, I'll take that to get away from them. So I'm paying like I said, they left me with $400, but they had $600 in their hands. I'm like, they could have just paid their part, and then we wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place.
When you do that, this is what I want you to think about too, okay? I want you to add up the amount of money that you're going to pay for them, okay? And then I want you to think about how many hours it's going to take you to earn that amount of money, right? And then when you go to work, I want you to think in your mind, I'm working right now for my friend. I'm not even working for me. So when you go to work, you say, hey, the things I'm doing right now is for my friend. It's not even for me. I'm working.
I gotta do the net too. I can't do the gross because the net that gross is just a front.
Yes, because the IRS, they don't care what you're doing for your friend. Hey, we want our money. We don't care how you help your friends. We don't care what you do for them. We want our money first.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured I'd share that story because I had talked to you about it on Discord. It was pretty crazy.
Thank you for letting everybody hear that, because don't feel like you're the only one doing it. A lot of people do that. They share phone plans, and now you got to keep track of another grown person like they're your child. Hey man, you're gonna pay your cell phone bill? Oh man, I only can do part of it because I got Christmas. What about my Christmas? Yeah. They don't care about Christmas. They care about their Christmas.
Yeah, and they knew I was gonna pay because it's in my name. So like it's in my name.
Yes.
So, like, if my stuff get cut off, they just go somewhere else with their phones. You know, it's like what?
I don't think they can use. And Mark, I'm not sure if that's true or not. But if they don't pay them phones off, I think the companies lock them so where they can't use them anywhere else.
I don't know.
Maybe not. I never got in that situation.
I've heard some people in debt talk about there's some companies that you can go to that will activate them. So really? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I whatever. That's just debt matrix stuff. I really don't get involved in that, but you know what I'm saying? That's debt matrix stuff. I really, well, okay, cool. You can get it. You didn't pay for the phone. You can get it activated. That's just scamming and all that other stuff. I don't even deal with any of that.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like, yeah, they can get into. They can get it. They can go ahead and do it. They'll go ahead and activate it. These companies will just go ahead and activate it. They don't care.
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, because they're like, hey, well, they're just gonna throw that phone on your credit card, on your debt, on your debt, and and you it just lowers your chances of getting certain other things.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to finance, if you don't care about financing, then you'd be all right. But
the majority of people finance because they think it's going to help their credit, but they're just burying themselves deeper in debt. That's all they're doing. All they're doing is this is all they're doing. They're handing people a shovel disguised as a cell phone. Right? See what I'm saying? It's masquerading. The shovel is being masqueraded as a cell phone. So they're saying, "Hey, here's your new cell phone," and then they're just digging themselves deeper in debt. They're just digging themselves. They don't know. They don't know it's really a shovel. They don't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because they're like but they were financing a phone almost every year. So sometimes twice in a year, because I actually was wrong. He was on my plan from 2017, and he was paying his bill till he got his wife on there.
Mm-hmm.
Now 2000, and I mean my phone bill jumped from like when he got on, it jumped from like I think it was paying $150 because I have my grandmother on my plan, which granted her bill is like $14 a month. So like she uses a standard phone. So like that's not really killing me.
Right.
And then I have my children's tablets on there, which the unlimited data, which is $20 a month. Mm-hmm. Of course, I finance those tablets, so I'm not even going to sit here and try to hide that.
Right.
Not from you, not from a person that already just heard me say I finance my own phone. You already know those tablets.
I already know.
Yeah. I mean, they all paid off now. All my stuff was paid off. Now, just so you know, I paid off my stuff. I don't have anything financed through AT&T whatsoever,
okay,
or any other company. But that with those cell phones, I don't have my cell phones financed with any of them, but I do have my cell phones. But he had his, and that's what was killing me. Like his stuff, I was paying for his stuff, and I was mad about it. I was like,
"Let me ask you something. When you got that phone bill, did you ever look at your bill, or did you just see the amount and just paid it?"
No, I always look at the taxes and what's being used. I mean, because the way I do it is I had to break up what they owed versus
Gotcha.
what I owed.
Gotcha.
So I always had to look at what they did, what was going on. Like, I mean, his wife did some international calls a few times, and I was like, hey, I'm not paying those. Like, I was like,
you don't even have to do that. You just get on Messenger or WhatsApp or whatever. You don't have to make international calls. Those things been done. And you know those taxes you see on your cell phone bill, all those taxes, when you get your bill, they got like 50 million taxes. Those taxes been over for like 6 years.
Yeah, I'm paying like just so we get it clear. I mean, my cell phone bill just with me, my grandmother, and my children's tablets, that was like 170.
Okay, that's not bad. Mm-hmm.
But when you add his stuff, my bill jumped up to $325.
I couldn't even imagine that. That's a car payment. I couldn't even imagine that for cell phones. $300+ a month for a cell phone plan? No, I ain't doing none of that. That's if we, because I am in debt, I live in a debt matrix right now, unfortunately. Okay. Because I live in that world, if you fall behind on your bill, now your bill can get ridiculous. Yes, it can.
$600, $300, and then it goes up to $500 or whatever. Now you're just trying to keep a phone on.
You're just trying to have a phone.
Yeah.
And everybody's fine. You think, like, let me give you an example outside the debt matrix. The reason why they're jacking up the prices of phones to $1,000, $1,500, $800, whatever, because the majority of people in the debt matrix cannot afford. They don't even have that in their savings account. They're definitely not going to have that money to pay for a phone. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to naturally start getting accustomed to financing cell phones. That's all part of the plan, baby. All part of the plan.
It has to be, because I remember now I know you remember back when we were doing minutes and like that.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
That was like, it was like 100. It was like 100, maybe like $100, $200 for just some minutes, and then they realized that wasn't going to work anymore. So they went to the phones, and you would pay like a solid. You wanted a nice phone, like a Razor or something like that. You pay like a solid $250 to $300 for a phone. But now you could pay anywhere between. You could pay and then it went, when we first got the first smartphones, it was like.
Oh, did we lose each other? NC Briggs, you still there? I might have lost him. You still there? Okay, I hear you. Now I can hear you. I got you.
Yeah, I lost you a little bit. I think it's because my phone likes to switch to
home Wi-Fi.
Yeah, home Wi-Fi. So it switched over. I don't know why I did that. I didn't tell it to.
How much you paying on your Wi-Fi? I'm curious.
I'm going to get pizza for her. I pay for cable totals $212.
Ooh, woo! Those
they just raised it up. Huh?
Those days been over too.
Oh yeah, $212 for cable. I don't know any other cable companies. Like, we have only 2 cable choices in the area.
I say it like this. This is all you got to do. Okay. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna drop you some gems. I don't know if you have another adult that lives in your house. Are you the only adult that lives in your place?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm going to get some pizza for you.
Each time you sign up for cable TV and internet, right? You sign up basically for a year contract, okay? A year and you know how when you're brand new, you get that best sign up price.
Yeah.
Every year, you and the other adult in the household become a new person. So you sign up for a year, you get the awesome rate, and this is what I do. I'll sign up for internet under my name. And then when I sign up, I ask the person on the other end, like, when does this date end? And then they'll tell me the end date of my contract. I'll put that end date in my cell phone as an alarm for a year later to go off at the alarm 2 weeks before it ends. And then when my phone goes off, I'll call up the insurance company, not the insurance company, the cable company, internet company. I'll say, hey, can I get the same deal again for a year? 9 times out of 10, they'll tell me no. I'll say, okay, cancel it. And then I'll have my girlfriend sign up as a new customer for the next year. So we get the best rate every single year. So they're never going. Uh-oh. Can't hear you. You there? Uh-oh, we lost. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, I think we lost NC Briggs. That was a good conversation. Thank you, NC Briggs, for sharing that story. Much appreciated. Life for Business says 40% of your phone bill is tax deductible, business-wise. Reigning Woman says, dang. DTN appreciated. Hyphy says, debt matrix, people be like, I'm going to get the Note 10 right now. And when the Note 11 comes out in 2 months, I'm going to change it into an upgrade. The payments will be the same too. Yep, that's exactly how they think. Okay, we got you back, man.
Yeah. I told you my Wi-Fi, man, it cuts off. Right. But yeah. So you were saying that I should just switch back and forth between them, between me and the other person.
Every year, me and my girlfriend switch back between being a new user. So I call them up and say, can I get the same rate? They'll usually say, nope, sorry, that was the introductory rate. I say, okay, cancel my service. And then the next day or the same day, I have my girlfriend call up and say, I want service at this house. And then we just get new service. She's the brand new person.
Gotcha. That sounds like a plan. I think I'll do that.
Yeah, and everything's legal. It's not even scamming. You're just going by with their contracts. Hey, 1 year contract's cool. My contract's over. Yeah, she's going to sign up. She's a brand new person.
So I just cancel my service and have them issue the new service. Do you have to take equipment over? Or you still got to, I personally have to do all that, and then they bring a new install and all that.
Yeah, because I don't have it. The only thing I have is internet, and I own my modem. So there is no equipment to give back.
Oh, okay. I see. See, in my situation, I don't own the equipment because they make a lot of hassles between that. But who do y'all have in South Carolina? Do y'all have Charter or Spectrum?
We have HTC.
I don't even know them.
Yeah, I think they're local here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, we have two choices, but the other choice is really bad internet. Like they don't offer good service.
No, stick with what you have, man. First call them up and say, hey, man, this bill is too high. Do you guys have any great deals? If they say no, because they know once you get used to your cable and internet, you just don't want to let it go. They know that. I get it. But you say, if they say no, you say, okay, cool, cancel it. Now, at that point, they might send you to another place. They say, okay, hold on. We're going to send you to this department. And then they might give you the deal, but they're going to make you work for it. They're not just going to say, hey, okay, well, yeah, we'll give it to you. No, you're going to have to work for it.
They used to do that with us in this area, but I don't know if you know much about Charter, but they don't really care about their customers like that. They don't care about losing them like that. I've literally fought with them countless times. They won't make a deal.
Yeah, don't fight. Don't worry about making deals. Every computer, every internet cable company, they always have introductory deals just to get you in. So you say, hey, you gonna give me a deal? They're gonna say no. You say, okay, cool, cancel it. And then you have the other person in your household sign up as a new customer. Just go back and forth every year. It's only once a year. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I'll just change over and then I'll just take my equipment back, have them bring new equipment out or whatever.
Yeah. Or just tell them you'll pick up the equipment. Don't even waste time for them to do all that. Just say, I'm gonna return my equipment, and then sign up to say, hey, can I come down and pick it up, just to avoid all the time or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think I'll do that. That sounds like a plan. Mm-hmm. Man, see, I didn't think about that one. These money saving tactics, man. These money saving tactics.
That's all part of the plan. What I do for clients, man. There's the one that you know of that I just base everything on your credit report, and then there's a ton outside your credit report, like the cable, car insurance, cell phone service. There's tons of things that you can just save you thousands of dollars per year that can go towards your debt. That's it.
Because I have USAA for my car insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know Like, I don't know how much I should be paying for that, but I pay about $150 a month. But
Now,
I have two cars on there though.
and your cars, you making payments?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you have no choice but to have full coverage because you're making payments. Once you don't have payments, you don't have to have full coverage no more. And then each one of your cars is gonna go up to $1,000 deductible because when you have no debt, you have money in the bank. So you say, hey, insurance company, make sure my deductible is whatever you guys max is. And so whatever the max is, that means cheaper premiums.
Right. Because yeah, I'm I told you before I'm looking at getting a car and letting those go. So once I do that'll change my whole situation there.
Oh yeah, your whole situation is about to change, man. It's about to change. I know you see it coming. I could tell. I could tell by the way you're saying the things you're doing, getting homeboy off your phone, like all that stops, right? Your whole life is going to change, and I promise you, NC, you're never going back, ever.
No, that's why when you were talking about the student loan thing yesterday, I was like, but I'm gonna go back into debt. I was like, no, I don't want that.
It's gonna make you think. It's gonna make you really think. It does.
Like I was like, I'll probably just go to a community college, pay out of pocket or something, and then try to find jobs are paid certain amounts.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to benefit on that. Give me some grants. I got kids, so I'll get some grants, some scholarships.
Now I want you to notice something that you're doing already. You're already thinking of it before it even happens. Oh yeah, I don't want no student loans. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to get grants. I'm gonna go to college. You already think about it, and it hasn't even happened yet. That's how you're gonna think for the rest of your life when it comes to money. That's how you're gonna think.
I just can't do it. Like, but I've also been doing other stuff, like how I was gonna buy a house. Like I did the math. If I make a certain amount of money, if I save $24,000 a year,
mm-hmm.
$24,000 a year, even if I don't pay that much for the house,
mm-hmm.
if I save $24,000 a year, 5 years I'll have $25,000 a year. I'll have $100,000,
mm-hmm.
which means I should be able to buy some kind of house, if not buy. Put a very, very large amount of money down on a house mm-hmm. where I don't have almost no payment. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what my next goal is.
And see, right now you're thinking that you need to save $100,000 because you're still in the debt matrix. So you think housing market prices matter when you're out of debt.
I was thinking about that. I know about the tax evade. I know about tax liens and foreclosure.
Yeah.
I know all about them.
Okay.
I was just thinking that because just in case they were actually, auctioned off or something, I didn't know if they might be more expensive.
Well, I mean, there's going to be this is going to be the difference. Okay. You're going to go to tax liens and auctions, right? And because I'm not against mortgages. The only thing I'm saying is this: only accept the best mortgage on the market, right? And when you go to the bank to get pre-approved for a top rate mortgage, whatever the best rate is, they're going to look at your credit report. And guess what your credit report is going to look like? It's going to look like mine.
Right.
They know if you walk into the bank with a credit report that looks like mine, they're going to know that they're not going to insult you with anything less than the best because you're not in debt. People that come get mortgages, listen, follow this math. People that come get mortgages with student loans that are older than their children, they don't know that they're broke. They don't know that if you didn't pay off a student loan in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you think you're going to pay off a 30-year house mortgage? That's not going to happen. No, it's not. Approved. I would approve them in a minute. I would approve them in a minute and let them walk away believing they're a homeowner. Oh yeah, you're a homeowner. Yeah, here's the keys. Yeah. You're a homeowner.
just so I could throw this out there. I have a student loan that is older than one older than my children. Yes. Every time you say that, I just like, oh God. Because I started a school and I started a school called ECPI. I did a technical school and I didn't finish. And I got student loans. I got about 7,000 on that one. And I was like, every time you say that, I'm like, yeah. I was like, I got a student loan that's older than my son. He's 7. So, and as a matter of fact, I thought about it. I was like, I think I might have had that for about almost 15 years. So it's like,
woo. I kept mine for 10. Okay. And that's not even putting you down. Don't make it seem like you're alone in that. I know people feel like, can you imagine how many people owe student loan debt and they don't even have a degree? Can you imagine how many? Oh, man. Woo.
But look, I don't have a degree. I have certifications, though.
Right. There, it's all piece of paper. I got a degree. Don't think it means anything. Okay. It's just an expensive piece of paper. Okay. Don't, I'm not bragging about it. I got a computer science degree and it cost me $30,000. No, it cost me more than that because I kept that student loan for 10 years. So it probably cost, I don't even want to add it up. Okay. I just know it's paid off. That's all I care about. I'm not going to add it up.
Yeah. You was talking about car loans earlier, and if you actually, most people don't look at the amount that they're going to pay on the car total. If you look at like they have like on sheets on those cars where it shows how much you're going to pay, how much you owe on the car, like the sticker price or whatever whatever they put on there. And then they show on the piece of paper that you're signing how much you're actually going to pay with interest and everything. And I've seen cars that are like $12,000 go up to $20,000. I've seen cars that are $16,000 go up to almost $30,000. So it just depends on, and that means you're almost paying double. But it just depends on it would depend on your interest rate. But I saw that. I was listening earlier. I couldn't say anything because I was working. But yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens a lot with the cars.
You know what blew my mind? You know what blew my mind? When I found out that you can refinance a car, that blew my mind. I did not know. I did not know you could. If you shouldn't be financing a car in the first place, if you're refinancing a car, because I've seen somebody on Facebook. Okay, listen, this is what people in the debt matrix do. They say out loud publicly that they got a good rate on a refinance car. I just want to go, are you saying that out loud in front of everybody? They don't know that.
So like what they'll do is that they'll put liens on their cars, and then and usually it's these shady banks and stuff. They'll put liens on their cars and stuff. And they'll take your title. They'll take your title real quick. They'll give me your title. They give you, it's like a $3,000, $5,000 for your car, and then they'll give you with the max they'll give you for what the car's worth. And then you can pay on the car again. You can do it all over again. You can refinance a lot of things. You think about pawn shops. Pawn shops are about the same thing. Yeah. You can refinance your if you have a gun or your jewelry or things that you care about.
They doing people in debt so dirty. Ooh, when I hear stuff like that, title loan places, installment loans, I'll be like, ooh, they're doing people in debt so dirty. Oh, they're doing it so dirty.
I would say the two places I would say that really get bad that I've noticed and I will never do again. I finance my son's furniture. I financed his furniture. Now, they told me they played a lot of different tricks. Like they would say, oh, you can't make extra payments, but you can make but you can pay the whole amount.
You can't make extra payments. Okay, I'm just trying to make mathematical sense in my head. You can't make extra payments, but you can pay the whole amount. You mean pay the whole amount of the contract?
Yeah, well, see, it's like, like how you want to bring down the principal, like you want to pay extra on the, if you pay extra, it only goes to the payments of the loan. Just like how student loans, furniture places only take
your extra payments go to interest.
Right. So you only can make payments. You're gonna make payments in it. So you can either so a lot of times with those zero finance places, if you don't pay them off by the time, and they know most people are not going to, you don't pay them off before the zero financing ends, then you end up getting caught up in this. If you don't pay it by this certain amount of time, you're going to you have to make you have to make payments, and you can't pay the whole amount. I mean, you can only pay the whole amount or not or nothing. Like, so it's like, okay, so I make a payment, kind of like a student loan where you can tell them, you have to tell them, but it's different. It's like they only take payments or they take the full amount. So so one year I was like so irritated with them because I was paying monthly, and you're talking about $250 a month. And they're not really breaking down the payments. Now you're talking about I owed on this furniture. I had like a year left to pay on this furniture, and I was only putting small dents in it. I was out of $200, I was probably putting like $85 towards the actual principal. So you think about that, and then you say, well, if you pay that, so I took my refund check and I paid that off because I didn't want to deal with that again. I got irritated. I was mad. I was like, I can't deal with you guys. And they asked me like 6 times, are you sure you want to do this? You know, you got to pay the taxes, and because you got to pay taxes. You pay taxes on, you finance the taxes on furniture too, not just cars.
Everything you finance. I just use cars as an example. Anything you finance, you're paying the taxes too. Anything.
Yeah. So that was a big deal to me. That and renting furniture. I never rented any furniture, but when you rent furniture or anything like that, when you rent anything, you pay taxes on it as well, because they put all the taxes and stuff that they would normally, take for themselves. They take that and put that on the customer. So you never, those rent to own type furniture places and stuff, they're scams. They're scams.
Listen. Okay, listen. You got to be when you say things like that, right? They're not scamming.
I know.
Okay?
I'm
just saying this. So I'm just saying this for you. I'm just saying this because it's a mindset. Just think about it. They're not all they're doing, everything they're doing is legal.
You're right.
If you walked in and said, "Wait a minute, just a second. You want me to do what for how long? How much is the furniture?" Oh yeah, that's too much. I'm not going to do it. And you just walk out the building.
You're right. I need to work on my terminology, but I think they're not scared. That was just how I felt. Okay.
See, there you go. Your feelings again. I'm pointing up. That's how you feel. I felt it was like a scam. Do I feel what they're doing is bad? How they treat people? Yeah, I feel that way. But is it a legal business? Yes, it's legal. Yeah,
it's totally a scam.
Rent Center can't scam me. Rent Center can't scam me because I'll never walk into their store, so they can't scam me.
Exactly. But those renter places, they're really bad. I mean, rent to own houses are really bad. The rent to own housing is, that you could put money into something, right? You could put money towards renting a house, and you could get close to having the money to have that down payment, and they could sell the house. There's been several cases where people have been renting to own a house for a certain amount of years, and then the owner of the house says, "I don't want it no more," and sells it. And all that money you've been putting towards trying to get that payment ready is gone.
It's gone because only people that don't manage money well would ever do that, would ever rent to own a house from an owner. I would never, ever do that. I have no idea. If I was in somebody's house and the owner came to me and said, hey, would you like to rent to own my house? You know what I would say? Maybe, can I see your personal credit report first? Let me see your personal credit report first. And I mean, I would never consider it. I'm just saying, if I was in that situation, I would say, let me see your personal credit report first. It will tell me, because they could lose that house anytime. What if they lose their job and you're doing a rent to own deal with them and they lose their job? The bank don't care what kind of deal they made. It's their house.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Just go to the bank.
Yeah, and the problem is most people that do rent to own housing cannot get approved for a loan. So that's why they do.
That's why they're doing it, because they can't afford it. They just won't accept that they can't afford to buy a house. That's all.
Nope.
You got to just say to yourself, I don't have the money for a house. I don't care what other people in the debt matrix think I should be doing or what I should have. White picket fence with a dog and 2.5 kids. I don't care what people in the debt matrix say. I cannot afford a house. Period.
It's true. It's very true. I mean, that's what I'm actually overcoming. My grandmother wants me to buy her house down the road, and it's now she has a reverse mortgage. Now I'm gonna tell you, yeah. Hey, Liddell, you just covered your whole face like, oh my God.
Give me 1 second, okay? Oh, I gotta put the mute on. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I was coughing. Okay.
So she has a reverse mortgage, and now this is the person that basically raised me. So she taught me about all the wrong things to do with money. Like when I was young, I was probably 18. I wanted to buy a used car, and my grandmother agreed. She was like, no. She was like, no, you if you want a newer car, then you should get a new car. I was like, but I don't want a new car. I just want something like about $3,000, something like that. If you could just take, because back then, in 2002, you could get a car for, even financing, you could still get a car for about $3,000. A lot of people just didn't want to do that. So I was trying to get my grandmother to since she was going to co-sign for me anyway, give me a $3,000 car. I had a car paid off real quick. I wouldn't have to worry about it. And then I wanted a Honda. And she was like, no. She was like, no, I like Ford. And so I ended up getting stuck with this Ford Focus with $300 payments. I'm making
a car, and she was telling you the kind of car she likes.
Well, she took me to a Ford dealership. So I mean, it was
because she liked Ford.
Yeah, because she liked Ford.
Gotcha. Okay.
Never had no problem with Ford, and I didn't want a Ford. I wanted a Honda.
Gotcha.
So I'm 18, very impressionable, don't know, and I wanted all I wanted was a Honda Civic, so I could ride it till the wheels fall off, and then put it back on and put some more tires on, and keep riding for a while, so that I wouldn't have car payments, and I didn't want car payments, very long, if at all. So I was making probably at that time, $7 an hour, and I was working, and I got caught up in this car payment, the debt matrix. Then that's when I got sucked in right there. They were like, come with us, we're Legion. I was like, I got sucked in.
You plug that thing in the back of your head, like you remember the Star Trek, the board, you didn't even know it.
Right.
The Matrix. No, I'm sorry, that's the Matrix. They plug that thing in the back of your head.
Well, I mean, the board do something like that too.
Yeah, okay. The board is the better example.
Yeah, they assimilated me real quick,
18, so, you don't know you're being assimilated. You don't know that.
No.
You're 18. Okay.
No, so I'm sitting here struggling, trying to pay my car payments. Hours are flaky. I'm working at a grocery store. So, that was my beginning of my financial education. And I kept asking people, hey man, show me how to handle money. Cause I was like, I didn't know about Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey, there was no YouTube or any of that stuff. So, I don't like to speak to your audience, but hey, look, any of you young guys, man, if y'all are listening to the nail, man, just suck it up, man. Cause I didn't have that. There's a lot of us late millennial, like early millennials or late millennials that didn't have you didn't know about Dave Ramsey unless you listened to, AM radio or, you didn't have those things.
Listen to him. You didn't even know to listen to a Dave Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know to listen to Dave Ramsey.
I mean, you go to church, no one talks about money there. Money's evil. Money's evil in church. So like everything is talking about money is like either reference to evil, bad people, or they scheme to get their way up there, or they did something criminal. It's just like, so I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm like, man, I really want to make money. So all my young life, I was trying to figure it out, but there was nothing. I didn't know where to go. So it's like I'm sitting here like walking around in circles. And meanwhile, the debt matrix is like, yeah, we just got him. We got him reeled in right here. And every time I would pay off a car or every time I would do something, I just, that Ford Focus, guess what? It broke to complete pieces. And I was, and I had it for literally a couple of months before it broke down on me finally. And I had to buy another car. Well, guess what? I didn't have the money to buy a car because I was too busy paying that. And guess what? I'm back in the debt matrix again. So now I'm back in the debt matrix again. Then I was stupid. I bought a motorcycle and everything. Just all kinds of stuff happened. Like life.
Did all that.
Then I did marriage and kids and stuff in the debt matrix. Just brought my kids on in there. Hey, welcome kids.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, NC, because when you grow up in the debt matrix, you get people saying, I remember growing up thinking, man, when's the good time to have a child? I used to say that to myself. When's the good? Yeah. And I used to ask my friends and people in the debt matrix, say, oh, you can't really plan for a child. You can't really do it. It just happens and God gives it to you and all this other stuff, right? Yes, there is a good time. This is how you do it. Once you get out of the debt matrix, you won't even have a child with somebody in debt. You won't even take them serious. I would never take a woman serious if I was dating and I saw that she was in $100,000 of student loan debt and she didn't care about it and thought it was a forever loan. I'd be saying, hey, we can be friends. That's it.
Well, for me, I'm sure you've heard crazy statements similar to this. That some females would tell me, I would talk to the black girls. So the black girls would say, I'm black and poor and I'm never going to be there. I was like, and I would hate to hear this stuff. It's like, or they'll be like, Daniel, you're never gonna achieve any of those goals because you can't do it. It's just not possible, or the man's holding you down. Or I'm like,
see, when you get out of the debt matrix, this is how you're gonna look at that. When people say that, they don't know they're talking about themselves. They're really talking about themselves. They don't know they're talking about themselves. And when they're done, this is what you say, NC Briggs. Okay.
And what I was going to say to you earlier, what I was trying to say to you earlier is I had a guy and they were asking me, what are you listening to? I said, I'm listening to my financial advisor. I listen to him every Sunday. And so everybody knows I listen to you now. So, so a guy was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, man, I gotta buy these new shoes. He said, first he said to me, Daniel, you're going to think it's dumb what I'm about to do. I said, well, what are you about to do? He's like, I'm about to go buy these shoes. I said, wait a second. You just bought I said, man, you got a car to pay off, man. He said, yeah, man, I gotta, he said, but I don't buy anything I want for myself. I'm like, yeah, you did. You bought that car. Right. Like, pay that car off first. Then take that $80 and pay that car off. Put some money on that car and stop and don't buy them shoes. He's like, yeah, well, he said, hey, man, rich people don't got time. I said, rich people don't got time to save money. They got money. They only got time to make money. I said, no, that's totally wrong, man. Rich people want to hold on to their money.
Briggs, listen to the very first statement he made to you. I'm about to do something dumb. He knows what he's about to do before he does it. And he's telling himself, he don't even know what he's saying. And you're saying, hey, it's probably not a good idea that you do that dumb thing that you just told me was dumb. He goes, you know what? He goes, oh, man, basically, I'm going to do it anyway. This is what you say, NC Briggs. Okay.
There's another debt-free guy at my job. Like he's 22 years old. Wow. He listens to Dave Ramsey. Apparently, like he got some money from like a settlement, like he had gotten hurt. So he doesn't have any debt. His cars he has no car payments. He has nothing. He lived with his parents. Now he's about to buy a house. He's looking for tax and foreclosed houses. We were talking about it today. And I said, and he invests some of his money in the stock market. Now, me and him were talking and I asked him, I said, yo, why you don't ever say nothing to nobody? He's like, he's like, well, I don't want people to feel like I'm bragging about what the things I have and stuff. And I was like, but you're not bragging. You're just trying to help people. I said, pull out that cape. He said, nah, I'm good. I was like, it sounds like Linnell over here. What is going on? And now Linnell, he doesn't look anything like you. He's a white guy with and he works he usually tries to work 2 jobs, and he's always trying to work, but he doesn't get into the debt matrix. And the thing is, this crazy thing is, there are guys that make way more money than him, but don't have nowhere near the amount of money.
Because it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter. He's right. You think when I get out of this channel, when I'm talking to you guys like this, you think I go out in public and talk like this? I don't say anything unless somebody comes up and asks me something. I don't say a word. If a friend comes up to me and say, "Hey man, check out my new car. I'm only making this much in payments," I'll get in the car. Ooh, it smells like new in this car, man. That's awesome. You got it on sale? Okay, cool. Then I leave.
Look, you got it on sale. You got it on sale?
Oh, cool. Yeah. I only got to pay this much payments. And people, this is the funny thing that I got hip to not too long ago. Somebody, and when I go slow, I'm trying to not add up the math so it can make sense in their brain. Okay, they will trade in a car, and then I remember asking the guy, "Hey man, I see that you got a new car," and he says to me, "Yeah, I only pay $50 a month." I said, "What?" I said, what do you mean you pay $50 a month? I said, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, I only pay $50 more a month than on my last payment." I was like, "Oh my God." No, you didn't. So you think you pay, just because you pay $50 more per month than the last payment, you believe you pay $50 a month for it doesn't even make any sense. You know what I said? Okay.
That's that right there is something that they were told by the car salesman, because I have done that. Like, "Oh, well, your car payment right now is $120. But this new car payment, you really like the car, it's only $20 more. So basically it's only $20. You see, because we have to do to sell the car, but they go out the street and tell people, "Oh, I'm only paying $20 more."
How to get salesmen that do that? It's a business. What they're doing, it's legal. They're not fooling anybody. If I was a person, again, I'm saying something that I would never do. But if I sat at the car, and I did this in the past, but this is what I would do today. If I said, because it happened to me when I was financing cars. "Hey man, it's only $20 a month." You know what I would say to that car salesman? "Are you going to pay it for me? Then why are you saying that? If it's only $20, you pay it for me." And then, okay, they wouldn't do that. And you know what's so crazy?
I've had guys say that to me. I've had guys.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I've had guys say that. "Oh, are you gonna pay that for me?" Yeah.
No, man, but this, I love hearing your story, man. I love this is why I love doing these interactions, because I love to hear your response when you hear people say the things they say in the debt matrix. I know this is dumb, NC Briggs. I'm gonna go buy some shoes. I know this is dumb. They're telling you it's dumb before they do it, but yet they're still going to do it.
Yeah.
Your face, I can only imagine your face. You're like, "Oh my God, Linnell said that."
I looked at him, I said, but then he said, but at the end of it though, I didn't harp on it. I teased him. But then I said, at the end of it, when he was about to leave, I said, "Hey man, go enjoy them shoes, man," and gave him that.
When he comes in, when you see him in his shoes, tell him how good they look. "Hey man, those shoes are tight. I like those, man. Those are nice." You got to fit in. You got to fit in. You gotta say, "Hey, yeah. Oh, I like that new iPhone. Oh, that's tight, man. You got the big boy, huh? Oh, you got the 5G one. Oh, yeah. That's nice, man. That's nice."
Everybody except I got like maybe one guy I know that like he'll buy his cell phones cash on like Black Fridays or something like that. He'll buy them cash on those days, and that's the only time of the year he'll buy a phone. But he doesn't finance; he just pays cash. But everybody else I know pays money on their cell phone. And I talked to one guy. He was like, "Yeah, Now this guy's my cousin, so he works with me, and like he was talking about like buying a car, and so I told him, I said, your wife, you getting ready to have a child and everything. You sure you want to go and buy a car? You're gonna go in debt, and then on top of that, you're talking about buying a house. So why are you gonna buy a car if you're trying to buy a house? He's like, well, I need the car. I said, yeah, but you don't need a brand new car, and you're buying like a $40,000-$50,000 car. He's like, well, I have the money in cash. I was like, oh, you have the money in cash? He's like, yeah. I was like, so you're gonna finance? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, why you? I was like, but you see, he told me I could pay for any car I want in cash, and I was like a little confused. I was like, listen, and I've been telling people to watch your channel. I don't know if people listening to me or not, but anyway, I've been telling. So I told him, I said, listen, if you buy the car, that's if you this is the debt matrix talk, right? So I told him, I said, if you buy the car, you're gonna have a harder time because your debt to income ratio is gonna be extremely high. So you're not gonna be able to buy that house. This is the debt matrix talk version. Okay. I know now you don't live in that world, but you remember people saying, oh, but your debt to income is gonna be high. You remember that statement. So I told him that, and this is before, I got really into it. So I told him, I said, listen, you need to not buy this car, or you need to buy yourself a cash car for your wife, and do that, or buy something cheap. You don't need to be financing cars right now if you want to buy a house. He's like, well, for me, it wouldn't be buying at this point, I wouldn't finance a car at all. But the thing is, he was like, well, he's like, I got $100,000, and then I thought about it. I was talking to a few of my friends, and they were like, he's probably talking about his retirement because he used to be a truck driver and everything.
That's what he's talking about. I can already hear it.
But if you have $100,000, he's talking about, I got $100,000 in the bank right now. And I was like, but if you go into debt like this, you don't really have 100. Plus, on top of that, as money's taxed. Mm-hmm. You don't have that. In fact, you're actually taking away from your retirement by buying these cars and stuff.
He's taking away his future to pay for his present.
Right. So I was like, I don't understand it, but he was telling me, like, he just paid off his phone. His phone's paid off, and then now he's got a car. He's trying to get a house.
How old is he?
He's about to be 40. He's like 38, 39.
Doing it big. He's making it big time.
Oh, well, I mean, all the guys at work are talking about, hey, when are you going to get a new car? When they making bets on who's going to get the next car. Like,
who else is coming in the debt matrix with us? Who's next?
Yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah. Like,
who's next?
they telling people
who's coming with me in the debt matrix. Who's next?
They're like, it's your turn. It's your turn. Yeah.
It's your turn.
Yeah. One of the guys, he owns a BMW and a Mercedes. Like, he has, he does have debt. Now, there's no question. He has student loan debt. But his debt is marginalized by a lot because he lives a small life. He's talking about paying off his debt this year. I don't know, but he's the one that was really mad about me doing what you advised. So
that's why he's mad. What you get when people are mad? You turn to him and say, "Why are you mad at math? I don't get it. What is?" You say just like this. What is it about math that you don't like? Please tell me. You don't like the way 1 + 1 = 2, or you just, what about 20 + 1 is 21? You just don't like that number? Or what is it? That's what you're saying.
But he told me it was like, well, you're going to destroy your credit. You're going to destroy your credit. You're not going to be able to buy things on credit for a while. I said, look, man, I broke it down to him, and I explained it to you before that, I don't care about that. I want to live a good life with my family. Time is more important than this. I'm working so many hours that I don't have time, and I'll take that loss to be able to do some of the things I still can do now and spend time with my family. And the things I like to do is real simple. I like to be online. I like to have a cell phone that works in most areas. And, you know, I might want to go out and partake in some food outside the house every now and then. Those are simple things. And maybe take my son or my children out, you know, somewhere, or buy them some nice clothes. And when I say buy nice clothes, I don't go, and I mean, I'm talking about maybe buying some Walmart clothes, because I don't buy name brand clothes for kids. That's not how I get down.
They don't care what the name is on those clothes. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't care.
They don't care if it got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it or Sonic the Hedgehog. They happy. Now, so I'm winning as long as they feel that way. So I don't worry about the name brand stuff. My son's never owned a pair of Jordans, though. I've met a lot of parents that bought their 1-2 year olds Jordans. Right. I'm like, spend $50.
Get mad if they mess them up because they being a kid. Mad because they mess up their Jordans.
Newborn kids can't walk wearing Jordans. Right. $50 for some Jordans, for some leather and some string that they can't even use.
They can't even walk.
Jordans.
They're never gonna even use them. They're gonna outgrow, and then that's it.
No, they matter of fact, somebody tried to give us, like, I remember somebody tried to give us some Jordans. I was like, nah, I don't even want that precedence in our house. Right. Keep that over there. You want to know something funny? My ex-wife, her sister bought us. We were still trying to get our stuff together, and we just had our first son. Gave us $1,000 stroller. I looked it up. It was $1,000 stroller. Wow. Yeah. You know the one that Beyonce had when she first had her first? Yeah, it was one of them. $1,000 stroller. You know what I said? I said, we should take this stroller and sell it. She was like, no. She was like, no, we shouldn't sell it. So I couldn't sell it.
In a minute. I would have sold that. I would have sold that in a minute.
I didn't even want to take it out the box when I found out how much it was. I was mad.
$1,000 stroller.
I was like, she could have gave you $1,000 to buy stuff. We could have bought 3 strollers and some change, and some diapers, and some wipes, and Infamil, and all that stuff with it.
$1,000 stroller, man.
I was like, man, I was like, yo, the $1,000 stroller kills me every time. Like, it's crazy. So, like, it's crazy. And I'm pretty sure people buy stuff like that on credit cards. So then you're technically financing the stroller.
They're not paying cash for a stroller and then giving it to somebody. That's not what's going on. That's not happening.
I was like, I was like, so I mean, I've jumped around a lot, but
that's cool, man.
To share some of that stuff with you, man.
I appreciate you jumping on, man. Thanks, Chandler, because it's good for people to hear real stories and not just hear me, man. So I appreciate you, man.
No problem. I love what you do, man. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it, man. Don't stop.
Following, man. I thank you for coming to me and trusting me, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah, I got you. I still got to buy the kids shirt. I forgot to do the invoice, but I did buy your other shirt. I got the shirt at home. I just haven't worn it yet.
Okay, yeah, hey man, when you wear that shirt, when you wear it around, let me know the responses. Okay, I really want to know.
Yeah. I want to wear it to a big crowd. Like if I'm going somewhere, just standing there with a shirt.
You do this because when I wear mine to the gym, make sure you pay close attention when they're walking towards you. They're going to be looking at your shirt, and they're going to be so mesmerized with what that means. They're not going to notice that they're looking like that. And while you're looking at them, they're going to be looking like, what the hell does that mean? They're going to have this look on their face, and then they're going to pull out their phone. When you pass them, kind of turn around. I bet you they're doing this. And then they're going to look it up. They're going to Google #SavingsMinusDebt. That's how it works.
Hey, it's good. It's a good thing, man. You're doing a good service to everybody. Like I said, honestly, you giving out a lot of free knowledge out here, and you could be hitting people upside the head, but you're not. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot.
It's not even. It's free because everybody understands math. I'm not. Hey, man, I'm gonna charge you to teach math. You know what I'm saying? So, man,
these days you might need to.
I mean, it'll get there, but right now, starting a business is what I learned. First, I must get people to trust me because I can have the best product in the world. If they don't trust me, they're not gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying?
You got a good product, man. You got a good product. I mean, there's a lot of people. You got 85% of the United States citizens in debt. That's just United States. We're not even talking about Canada. We're not talking about Europe. We're not talking about anywhere else. We're just talking about United States debt. You know, this method applies everywhere. So
that doesn't care where you live in the world. It doesn't care what type of money you're talking about. It doesn't care what kind of language you're talking about. Math is universal.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. When I get ready to when I get out of debt, man, I'm gonna definitely be a nice little spokesperson for you, man. They'll tell you that right there.
I'm excited for you, man. I want you to feel it. I can't wait for you to feel it.
Oh yeah, I gotta pay off these student loans first, though. You know they don't go nowhere, so I gotta pay them off.
You know?
When I make that last payment, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna be like, Linnell, I'm free.
I want to see that letter too, man. I want to see that paid off student loan letter. I had another client email me his letter, man. That was the most beautiful piece of paper in the world.
I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna send it to you, man. All right, man. Well, you have a good one, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye.
That was good. Millennials lead the way. Said, is it me or does LJ look like a Jedi? Okay. All right, Hyphy says you don't need any cable, Fire Stick, Android, NVIDIA. That's what I got. I got NVIDIA Shield, Hyphy. So you don't even need cable TV. I haven't had cable TV in years. Ivy says, NC Briggs, you should own your own router and modem. You've already overpaid them both. A good modem can be had for under $40. Yep. And a good router can be had under $100. You're losing money. Sure is. Get away from that cable TV. Let that go, because NC Briggs, when you have the equipment of the cable company, they can charge you taxes. When you don't have their equipment, there are no taxes to be charged. So that's another thing. Hyphy says, debt matrix people be like, my girl gonna go to Rent-A-Center and get all the furniture for the new crib and just not pay for it since we moving and just not pay. Oh God, I can't believe people do that. They won't know where our new house is, so we good. I know people really be thinking like that. That is crazy. Slaves running from the slave master. SR says, great conversation. It was good. I enjoy those kind of conversations. I really do. Anybody else that want to jump on, let me know. There's the link. Hello, Nicole. Welcome. We're about 3 hours. Damn, we still ended up going 3 hours again. That is crazy. That is totally crazy. But I don't mind. This is what I do. Today is for you guys. We stay on as long as you wish until we run out of questions or nobody wants to jump on or ask anything. It's totally up to you. But at that point, that's when we will sign off for the Sunday. It's about consistency. If I say Q&A Sundays, it's going to be Q&A Sundays. If it's not a Q&A Sunday, I'm going to announce to everybody that there's not a Q&A Sunday this Sunday, all right? I'm not going to leave you guys hanging, all right? Willie says, I really enjoyed the streams. You are welcome, Willie. Thank you for joining. What's her name? Damn, I forgot her name. Woman with the silent B. She sent me the group that you guys told me about in the beginning that I have to check out as soon as I get off. Okay, yeah, she emailed me. Okay, thank you, Reigning Woman. I got the email. And I'm gonna go check out the Black Brain Trust. And again, I thank you guys all for just mentioning my name in that group. I'm gonna go check them out, check out some videos, and see what they got going on over there. Thank you for sharing the channel. Thank you for sharing the knowledge. I appreciate you guys all. Okay. What's up, Mark? But late, but you're here. Hyphy says, and once again, come join us on the Discord server. There we go. He put up the link. NC Briggs says to Hyphy, I have grabbed people's phones and done that. All right, you guys. Man, we're about 3 hours, 30 minutes in. I think that's time. Sorry, Mark, you came in late, man. I've been trying to announce the lives an hour beforehand, But you know how YouTube is. I don't know how come they don't alert everybody, even though they turn on alerts, they still don't show the alerts. I don't know, really. But everyone, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go check out the Black Brain Trust. I'm gonna go check that out. NC Briggs says, look up Scott Kilmer. So let me write that down. Scott Kilmer. Okay. Mark says, I was on just half awake, half asleep. Yeah. This is early Sunday. He says, NC Briggs says, he helps people on the kinds of PF car or what type of cars they should buy. Okay. All right. I'm all good with that. I'm all good with that. But, you know, like I said, I live in a whole different type of world when it comes to buying cars. I'm always buy my cars from somebody in debt for half the price. Always buy my cars for under blue book value from somebody that's deep in debt and they don't want to get their credit ruined or whatever. Oh, cash for cars. Okay. All right. And they don't want to ruin their credit. They want to save their credit. It's so crazy for example, somebody could be absolutely broke, absolutely no money in the bank, none, but they still will turn to you and say, hey, but I'm trying to save my credit. It doesn't even make any sense. They don't know what they're saying when they say that. If you turn to them and say, hey, you have any money? No, I'm broke, but but my credit's good. They'll say it to your face. I have no money, but my credit's good. Then you have no money. Who cares about your credit? It doesn't matter. But anyway, thank you, everyone. We're going to go ahead and end this. This is 3 hours and 30 minutes. We're going to cut it off at about 5. I'm going to make it even 3:30. Okay. If you guys have anything left to say, we got about 5 minutes left, and then we're going to go ahead and get off and call this a successful Q&A Sunday. Q&A Sunday. I love the participation. The more and more you get comfortable with the channel, please jump on. You don't have to get on camera. You can just use your voice. You don't have to do any of that. All right. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for trusting me. Hyphy, thank you for your help as always. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. You guys jump on that Discord server. There it is again. Please click on the link, sign up. Myself, Hyphy, Cosmic Wisdom, all these knowledgeable people are in there to answer any kind of financial question, personal finances only, that you wish to talk about. And we all answer mathematically. Okay? All mathematically. All right? All right, you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy debt-free Sunday to everybody. All right. Let me put my, you guys see my website scrolling on the bottom there, free 30-minute consultation. Okay. CashApp donations, much appreciated. You might not feel comfortable enough. You're ready to come to me, but if I've changed your life in somehow, it doesn't matter. $5, $1, the amount doesn't matter. And just put in a note of why you're doing it and why, what I've done to help change your life. And there you go. You know, much appreciated. There's my PayPal. There you go. Okay. You guys want to check out my Facebook, facebook.com/debt ain't my daddy. I do a lot of meme posting in there, and my Instagram. Did I leave my Instagram up here? Instagram SavingsMinusDebt. Yeah, okay. I don't think I got that up. Did I remove that? 1 second here. Let me create this banner real quick. Instagram. Okay. There's my Instagram, SavingsMinusDebt. I put a lot of memes up there that you guys can share. Only a lot of people in debt won't really understand those memes, but if you follow the channel, you'll understand every single meme I post. Okay, you will understand the meaning of them. Okay. Hyphy says maybe during the week we can get a little info about the meetup with Quentin. Okay, yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna reach out to Quentin and see if we can just talk about it openly. You know what, Hyphy? This will be awesome. Let me talk to Quentin, and then what we'll do is I'll schedule a time for him to come on during one of the live sessions, so you guys can all hear what him and I talked about. All right, that'll be awesome. So let me talk to him first, but so we can. And Hyphy says to NC Briggs, always good talking to you behind the scenes too. Wow, okay, you guys talk behind the scenes, cool. That's cool. Oh yeah, in Discord. Okay. All right, you guys. You guys have a wonderful Sunday. Appreciate you guys all. Much appreciated. You should make. Okay. All right, you guys. See you later. All right. Bye-bye.